What you sipping on over there, huh? You sipping on some Jack, some cognac, huh? You got some Hennessy, huh, Alex? Some Petron, huh? What's another drink that's hippin' now? Some Ciroc, some Ciroc, Alex. Huh, Alex? Or are you drinking some? You drinking some? What's another? Rafa, what's another good drink? What's another?
Jack Daniels.
I already said that was the first thing I said.
Oh.
I said sipping on some Jack.
Some Capitan Morgan.
Oh, yeah. So you sipping on Capitan Morgan?
Coffee.
What kind of coffee?
Coffee?
Dark roast.
Bustelo espresso.
Ooh.
Dunkin' Donuts?
With
Espresso.
With vanilla.
Ooh. Yo, you're gonna be bouncing off the walls. You're gonna be like, "Diddy-da-dee-da-do-do."
I'm gonna be
That?
taking a dookie.
It looks cold. Is that
It
cold?
is cold. It's iced coffee.
Would you call it a cold brew?
No, I brewed it hot.
Yeah, it's a difference.
You gotta brew the
How
cold
you brew
brew.
something cold though? How does that even
It's
work?
a different filtering process. You could do it at home. It's just
So when you brew it, you put some ice in it.
nope. That's just no.
That's pretty smart.
That's incorrect. That is a
Yeah, good
regular
start.
brew over ice. That's a different thing.
That's cold brew,
I don't
Rafa.
know. Johnson seems pretty sure of himself.
Yeah, well, he's actually wrong, so it doesn't matter how sure he is.
Hey, you want to
just-
take this outside?
In this moment in time, I
Yes.
would love to go outside with the both of you.
Me? What did I do?
Especially you.
Yeah. Scores. Slap that young thing down. You know what I'm
You already
saying?
did.
The song was playing.
Oh, I wasn't watching the stream, so it didn't play for me.
Oh my god.
I hear it now. I hear it now, Alex.
There you go.
Who likes that?
Have
I
you
do.
ever had a dream
Me.
that you
Sounds good.
What is up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome to episode 57 of the Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa.
Holy shit.
Episode
Hello.
57 is very special. It's very, very, very important.
I love it.
It's important.
It is important. It is important. It's very special because this is the first ever Playing Pod where we have to do 9 takes to get it right.
That's not true.
Hey,
That's just not true.
that is true.
We've
We
had
never-
multiple. We've had multiple times where we have to do like multiple takes.
But I think this is the most takes that we've ever done,
I don't think so.
or tied for first. Point is,
It's up there.
shout out to us for keeping it going.
The show must go on.
Because we've had everything from people fuck ups to computer
John.
fuck ups to all.
John.
You're pointing at me on my screen.
I'm pointing at
Wait,
John.
who are you pointing at? Me
John
or
John pointed at me. Rafa's pointing at fucking nothing.
John's right here. John's right here for me.
Okay. Anyway, I want to take this moment to shout out our audio listenership over on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Anchor Breaker, all that good stuff. Shout out to y'all because I see the growth and I see the retention.
Did you shout out the audio listeners on YouTube?
You have to hear it on YouTube anyway. But I also want to shout out the visual lookers on
The
YouTube.
visual portion of
The
YouTube.
visual portion on YouTube because that's the only place where you can see what we play while we pod.
Holy shit.
And today that game is none other than the infamous to the Playing Pod community Diablo 3.
Whoa. It's not to the community.
It's infamous
not
to
to the
you.
Playing Pod community. It's to the Alex.
Yeah,
It's to the Alex.
you.
It's not to the community. It's to you.
Okay, see, no, the community, because in the lore of the Playing Pod, there's this fun little story that goes around that I haven't played that game or bought it 5 times or something. I don't know.
Well,
I don't pay
you
attention
must
to.
have, you must have
don't
not
try.
heard that story correct at all because
That's
the
not
story
canon.
is because
That is canon.
because that's not. No one said that you ain't play it at all. The story is you bought it 5 times and didn't beat it at all. That's the story.
Okay,
Like
That's
look.
Donkey
true.
Kong.
That's
Like
true.
Last of Us.
We talked about Last of Us, but I'm not doing that
We
again
talked
with you.
yeah, Rafa's over here.
Okay,
He's
look.
just, that's different.
Look, the
Now I
plan-
will give it to you. Hold up. I will give it to you that this time seems different, right? Because you have been playing it for a week.
Yeah.
So I will give
Nah.
you your props. There's
Nah.
props to be done, because you've been playing
Nope.
it for a week steady, and you've passed me with multiple characters. So you have multiple characters in this game.
Nope.
So I will give you your props. So if you could applaud yourself from me,
Nah.
I appreciate it. There you go. That one's for Alex
Nope.
Yes.
because he has been consistent. I'm not apologizing for what I said. I want to be
No
that very clear. I
apologies.
said it on Twitter.
I want the apology.
I told you directly, Alex.
I want the
I'm
apology.
not
though.
apologizing, but I
No,
will give you your
sir.
props.
Not
Okay.
Today.
Here's the thing. I want
will give you
to.
props.
I want to shout out the Playing Pod because this
Shout me.
No, not you. This podcast. I want to shout out the Playing Pod, excluding Rafa, because this
Right.
podcast changes lives. All right. Pre-episode 56 of the podcast,
Right.
there was no Diablo.
Oh.
I didn't even know I had it. Didn't even
No,
know.
you're for real.
I am for real. Post episode 56 with our very special guest, Mr. Awesome. We had a very in-depth conversation, a look
I love him.
inside. I love him too. A look at the soul, at one soul. That's how deep that
soul.
conversation was. And now
Personal journeys.
I am a Diablo player.
Would you attest that to Junior? You attest that to Mr.
I attest that to timing. I attest that to the stars lining up. I think Mercury was in retrograde or whatever those bad bitches say on Instagram.
You are a Cancer.
I am
so it's
Cancer. I
probably
am a
your
Cancer.
time.
But Cancer's
It's
like
probably your time.
Yes,
Cancer's
you
like
are.
July though.
Oh, what's February? What's February?
Aquarius.
Ooh, is it Diablo's Aquarius?
I don't know. But point is, everything was perfect, and now I'm in there. 3 characters deep. I'm on Act 2. I'm one character.
I give it a week. I
I
give
think
it a
you're like
week.
level 20 on like each of the characters.
No, my main character.
invested.
My main character's like 45 or something.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
getting
right,
it.
right. But I meant like minimum 20.
Yeah.
I give it a week.
See,
I don't-
you're what we call in the Diablo community a hater bitch, and
In the Diablo community.
because I'm in the Diablo community now, and there's a subcategory of human called hater bitch.
So, you're a hater bitch.
That's
Alex, I know you.
you know the old me, not
know
Diablo
you.
3 me.
I
You
know
don't,
you.
Rafa,
okay.
you don't know.
okay.
You're a hater bitch. What do you know?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna be right about this, and there's another thing later on this podcast I'm also right about. So it's victory laps for me today.
What
Rafa,
the hell?
would
I'm
you-
looking at the
would-
topics. What else are you right about?
Yeah. I
When
don't
we
know
get there, I'll bring it up.
Okay, all right.
It's probably something really stupid, but
It's not. It's actually a really big point.
Rafa,
that I
would
made.
you
Huh?
would you put your money where your mouth is, and if Alex does beat the game, would you apologize? Because
Yeah,
now
I
you're
mean, if I'm
because
wrong,
now
I'm
you're talking
wrong.
hella shit.
Oh man, I
'Cause
thought
I-
you said
I-
like when you said money, I was like, oh hell yeah, apology.
Would you put money
No,
on
yeah,
Alex
like,
beating the game?
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit that I'm wrong. You know, fuck it, whatever.
I ain't
Well,
gonna
admit you're
apologize.
wrong.
I gave you your props, and that's it. Be happy you got that.
See, I'm not an ass like John. If I'm wrong, I'll say that I'm wrong.
I'm literally
you.
playing with Alex.
Hey, this is the perfect segue into the most sought out after segment in podcasting history. The only segment I believe that the host of the podcast gets death threats if he doesn't do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I
I
value
don't
my
think
life.
I don't think you've ever gotten death threats.
And I'm also pretty sure bigger podcasts out there actually got that.
I'm pretty sure they actually got death threats.
Welcome to What Are We Playing This Week, baby? The segment that I name whatever I want and you guys are going to take away from me. The most sought out after segment of all time. The best, most award-winning segment of all time. I get death threats
won
and
an
bullied.
Oscar.
I won 3 Oscars and a Tony for this segment. So this is the time of the podcast where we like to tell you what games we are playing outside of the podcast sphere. Because we don't just play what John plays on the Playing Pod. No. We play
Hi.
more games than that. So, John,
You're all.
take it away. What else are you playing this week, baby?
I'm playing Diablo with you. So kind of wrong on that one, but yeah, I played Diablo with you. I'm also playing Call of Duty. I'm also playing Call of Duty a lot. I'm getting really into it. I want to play that was it that Outbreak event? I really want to do that. I also am playing a lot of Binding of Isaac. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast with all these games right now. Like I'm really having a good time with gaming right now. But Rafa, what the hell is you playing, stupid?
I played Jackbox Party Pack 7 with my friends.
Came in loud as hell with
I
that.
know. I'm so glad we
it's
edit
alright.
out. No, we lowered the volumes and all that, so they don't get
Yeah.
it. But I'm getting the
Oh,
raw.
only you guys. Get it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
get
good.
the
Right.
raw audio and Jesus.
So glad that for the
You
rest
get
of the
that raw
podcast I have
dog. You get that
tinnitus.
glizzy.
That's disgusting.
I'm continuing on.
Yes, please. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. That's you.
Excuse
Continue.
me, sorry.
My man,
Um,
you played Jackbox. Please, I've heard this 9 times already.
We played. What was it? What was the name of that game? Scribble 2?
Drawful?
Drawful 2?
Bro, you said this like 8-9 times and you forgot the name. Yo, this is like
I'm doing it to
take
mess
8
with
and
Alex.
9.
Bro, I'm in an episode of Black Mirror and I can't get the fuck out of it. This
Like Groundhog
Yes.
Day.
yeah, it's like
Yes,
it's just
yes.
it's just podcast. It's podcast.
hell.
We just podcast over and over again, but it never finishes. Something always goes wrong.
Oh my
just
god,
trapped.
Yeah, it's you. You were the.
That's trapped.
him
Yeah,
and the
it's me.
computer.
it's
But go
wrong.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying fucking with you guys. But
I'm glad.
Okay.
yeah, it's the best. Where was I? I said Jackbox Party Pack 7. I said Drawful 2.
Alex, what'd you play?
okay. Binding of Isaac on Switch because I have more completed than the one on the Xbox. So that's what I did there. Monster Train, I played some of that. I have a feeling I played a little bit of Scott Pilgrim. I have a feel I might have just booted it up and just exited out of it. But
What do you mean you have a feeling? Either you played it or you didn't.
It's-
Like, do you not remember what you did this week?
I think I have like that memory loss that
You think you do?
yeah. You know that thing that what's his name has it? The guy from Malcolm in the Middle? You know how like, he doesn't remember
Muniz.
things? Yeah. I mean, you know when he doesn't remember things from like when he was a kid? I don't remember things like just ever.
When you were a kid,
No, just ever.
you remember your childhood?
Yeah, I'm like a goldfish with my memory.
Alex, what did you play, for the love of God?
I'm not done.
I thought you don't remember. What else do you have? You already hit the memory end point. What else you got?
We got chat. Okay, now I'm done.
Oh, so you remember that? I've been legit Diablo 3, even though, yes, and Link's Awakening on the Switch. Finally getting around to beating that. So great game. There you go. That's it.
Hurry up with it so I can play it, please. Thank you.
I'll take my sweet ass
thank
time. Okay, so
Please, thank you.
Speaking of video games, shout out to Pop for giving me this gift for my birthday.
I want people
Yeah,
to know
that's
Rafa's
cool, man.
birthday is at the beginning of February, and if you saw the video, that thing was up in the background last
Yeah.
time.
He gave it to me last week.
It was on last week's podcast.
Yeah. I forgot to say thank you to Paul, so I'm doing it today.
Wait, hold on. He gave it to you in person. Said, "Here you go, happy birthday." You
Wait.
just took it, closed the door in his face.
I
And-
thanked him in person, clearly,
Oh.
but I'm thanking him over
Is
the
it
pod.
clearly?
Yes, it's clear. Yes, I'm not an asshole in real life.
Bro, the way you said it was like,
disagree.
I'm finally thanking him. I never thanked him for it.
Yeah, I thought that's just like,
No,
let me
no.
thank him on
I-
this public
I'm-
forum since I didn't get to do it in person.
I
to him.
thanked him personally. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you know, privately. I kissed him on the cheek,
Okay.
In a
Smack him.
pandemic,
smacked him in
Right.
his dump truck. You know, sent him on his way.
Smacked him on his dump truck.
Yeah.
okay. Now,
Okay.
on the topic of Paul's dump truck, let's move on from here. Spider-Man, the Spider-Man title. We got a title because we're in the day and age where titles of movies get us excited. They dropped 3 fake titles and a real title
Yeah.
and a release date.
I got.
Yeah, you did get got.
I got really bad.
So this week they took to Twitter and all social medias, and they finally announced it. It's called Spider-Man: No Way Home, with a Christmas release date, only in theaters.
I thought it was Phone Home,
And then
and I was okay with it.
the fact that you got with that title is like,
It made
sad.
me laugh. It made me laugh, and I was like, I'm alright with it. I'm like, ooh, because he's
No
in the different,
standards.
because he's
No
in the different dimensions, and he's trying to get home, but he doesn't know which one to call.
This is why you are
'cause
not a
they're all
writer
the same
in
home.
Hollywood.
Right. This is why.
Yeah, because your ideas
This is
are bad.
right.
You
right.
accepting that idea is bad.
okay, so
That's
the
a
movie got
good
announced with a Christmas date, only in theaters. John, you asked last take, but I'm gonna ask this take because now it's my question.
Wow, good idea, Alex.
Do you guys think that this is smart for them? That the only in theater route, even though it's a little less than a year away, is that smart?
No,
Go.
it's not smart.
I wouldn't say it's not smart. So much great commentary from Rafa there, but I wouldn't say it's not smart. I just don't think it's. I just personally don't think like that's gonna be set in stone. Like if it is, that's cool. I just see them. I could see them kind of like backpedaling and doing what they did with Mulan, or something like that, where like you have to pay a certain amount or whatever so that you can watch it at home.
I have one counterpoint to that.
Okay.
Black Widow.
What's wrong with Black? Is that also in theaters? Or
Black Widow was pushed back, and it's still pushed back. I think it has a release date of this year, but they never
Right.
Mulan'd it.
Isn't it coming to Disney Plus too, or no?
I
heard
think
that-
I think the last thing I read about it, it was strictly theaters. They're not planning to Disney Plus
Is
that.
it?
Yeah, that's the last thing I read about it. It could be different
But-
now.
The thing is, like they could try to put it just only in theaters, but we saw what happened with Tenet. You know, like it didn't really do that great. And even though, let's just say, by the time Christmas comes around, the whole thing with the pandemic, it's starts clearing out. You know, like we said earlier, the vaccines are coming out. You know, the world is starting to kind of, well, not the world, but you know, the United States is starting to open up again. You know, like
Yeah.
we're starting to be able to do stuff again. That's fine and great because you know that's the government saying, "Hey, man, like things are getting better," but the perception of the situation from the everyday person, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm still not gonna take that risk. I'm still gonna be careful."
Yeah.
I don't
know?
even think it's a thing of like things are getting better because like we're still at all-time highs now.
Yeah.
Right, but I
Like,
mean, the
it's just-
vaccine is
it's
at by
just-
the.
yeah,
I'm
we
saying
have the
by
vaccine and stuff. Well, yeah,
the vaccine is out. They're starting to open things up, so it looks like we're on the pathway of it, you know, starting to kind of clear out, right? So they could be saying like, okay, well, maybe by Christmas time things are better, so let's put it in theaters by Christmas time, right? Which let's say it is. Let's just say hypothetically somehow, some way, the coronavirus is just completely gone by Christmas time, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hypothetically speaking, it's just gone. That doesn't mean the people's perception of it. They're gonna be like, I'm still not 100% sure. I'm still not ready to go out there and start, you know, interacting
Yeah.
like you used to be, right? So the numbers are still gonna be low no matter what. You know. So what I think is them just kind of saying, hey, we're putting in theaters, but they're gonna hopefully realize like, okay, this is not the best course right here, and maybe do the Mulan thing, or maybe just put on Disney Plus without having to charge you. Who knows? Or maybe they'll just put it on demand where you just buy the movie. Who knows? Whatever. Like I just feel like in theaters type things, just them kind of just trying to feel out how things are right now.
Yeah.
Like testing out the waters. You know, because I mean the movies change, release dates change, and all that stuff. Like it's all still up in the air. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, personally, like as far as the Christmas thing, I would be more for the Mulan thing with Spider-Man, honestly. Maybe it's because I actually want to see the movie this time around, so like. I'd
How
be
much
fine
was the
doing it.
Mulan thing?
It was
It was like-
$30.
She was $30. Like that, I'm not cool with.
It was
being $30.
It was you had to have a Disney Plus membership, and then it was
Yeah.
$30, and you didn't keep it. It was to rent that bitch for $30.
Yeah. So like, that I'm not too tight with.
What's I mean, It's not that bad. Like you can invite people over and be like, "Hey, give me,
During a pandemic?
Hey, Bozo, that's how the shit spread in the first place.
Alex, you were here at my house yesterday.
Hey,
and we had a
bitch!
barbecue.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, see,
And
look.
John, you wasn't going to hang out with Abel, so shut up, both of you.
Look
Oh,
at
here's the thing.
And you got a COVID. Alex, do the push. Yeah.
You
So
got a
shut
COVID.
You got a COVID.
Okay, so actually, now that John said that and put Rafa's business out there,
That's right.
I can comment on it. You had the virus already. You have a grace period. I think it's 3 months of not getting it again. So you're safe.
good.
Yeah. So
I'm good.
I can hang out with you until
I'm immune.
for not. Well, I wouldn't say
Also,
that.
I'm on the verge of getting I'm almost done getting vaccinated.
I'm on the verge of getting COVID.
But, right.
Yeah. I'm on the precipice of getting it, so
Yeah.
I ain't worried.
No,
So-
guys, I'm immune. The government's taking my blood as we speak to make the vaccine.
There's
That's
probably
where the vaccine's
baby
coming from?
There's probably baby
Yeah.
Rafa's in a lab somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just picture like baby bodies, but like Rafa's head, like now.
I imagine I imagine like a bunch of 29-year-old tiny Rafas like hamsters.
No, it's like what's the name of that movie with the Wayne brothers and one of those
Little
baby-
man, little
Little
man.
man. It's like that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I picture.
Really ugly ass CG on these
Really
children,
bad CG,
but that's
yeah.
just what they look like.
Yeah. And they're like get all the little Ralphs. I'm like, what's up, man? And was walking around talking like me, not even like a baby.
Rafa,
get
you
the
don't
diamond,
talk
get
like
the
what's up,
diamond."
man.
Yeah, I do. I say what's up, man, all the time.
You see Rafa just like, we gotta get the diamond.
Yeah, just saying lines from the movie, just reciting the lines from Little Man.
Little
Hey,
man Rafa.
on the topic of that barbecue, that shit was pretty fun, man. I will say
was
it
cool,
felt
it was
good to
cool.
be out, man. Like
Yeah, it was nice.
as much as
Uh,
I've
it's-
enjoyed being an otaku this year, because that's a shut in, right?
You mean
Right?
you mean a neat?
that? No, wait, that sounds weird. What's an otaku?
What the fuck are you all saying?
Otaku is just someone who likes anime.
Okay, my bad.
Otaku is just someone who
what's
really
the shut
likes
in?
anime.
A neat or a
shut-in.
hikikomori.
Yeah, as long as
Bless you.
as much as I liked being a harmonica this year, it was pretty cool
There you go.
to be out again. And
No, it's great. It's kind of crazy what's happening. We just came out of literally a winter storm here. Where the snow was like up to our
Yeah.
ass cheeks, and now
Literally.
it's like 50 degrees outside.
Yep.
It's like nice outside. It's crazy. Like
And-
we were barbecuing and there's snow next to
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like it wasn't cold. Like it wasn't that cold, which is hilarious.
Right. You know what's
yeah.
actually really, really funny? Sorry.
Go ahead.
You know what's really, really funny? Because, we're used to the snow. We're here in Illinois. We're in Chicago. So, snow, we grew up with the snow. It's part of our blood, our code, right?
Mhm.
It's really funny to see these Texans experience snow for the first time.
Oh boy.
And you think it's fake and it's a conspiracy. Like, have you seen those videos where they have the snow and they're putting a lighter to it and everything? Like, it's not melting. Like, they're all freaking out about it. It's really,
no,
really stupid.
I've
Wait,
never seen
what?
that.
Yes. There's videos of people like in Texas picking up snow and they're trying to like melt it or whatever, and like it's not melting because you know how snow is or whatever. Like they put like
Yeah.
a lighter next to it or whatever, and they're all saying it's like a conspiracy theory and like all this crazy shit coming out. It's pretty stupid.
Hey, that episode of SpongeBob where they were making fun of Sandy was on point,
It was-
man.
yeah.
On point. I'm saying it without saying it. But yeah, it was really good to be out. Obviously, social distancing and all that stuff. Like we weren't all over each other. We were still pretty far apart, and
Oh, lame.
that
Y'all
good
weren't.
stuff.
It wasn't a kissy party.
there was a little bit of kisses, but like
Just a little bit.
Okay.
respectfully.
Alex was dumping that truck all over the place.
You were dumping trucks, Alex.
I guess I was dumping a truck.
Or which was your
Also,
mother
by the
think?
way, I know we were just talking shit about Texas, but also like hopefully the regular people are fine because there's been power outages
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're okay because it's like we're kind of joking on them, but like also like they're kind of like in a really bad situation right now. So hopefully they.
Well, I mean, we're not joking about like all of it. It's just the dumbasses, but every place has dumbasses.
Right, but I'm just saying like it's we're
always
talking about
outliers.
the ice thing, but like they're actually dealing with some shit right now
Yeah.
because of the how their structure is with
Hey.
the electrical system.
Texas does it bigger, baby. They do it bigger. That's how you do it. Their snowstorms bigger. Their power outages bigger.
They just
all of it.
They just had to be extra about it.
Right.
They
Could
just had to be extra.
Well, the thing, like the reason, I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why they're having power outages is because in Texas, the federal government doesn't regulate like electricity or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's all privately owned and like run by the state kind of handles it. And so then they're saying like, hey, it's Texas, it never snows here, so we don't have to prepare for snow. But
That's
then it
such a funny
snows,
thing.
so then all the electricity goes down.
Like
That's
shit's-
literally what happened. I'm like paraphrasing, but like that's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
no,
gist
no.
of it.
But I like how like they just never see the snow, so they're just like
doesn't exist.
we don't gotta worry about that. That's
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen here. And
We'll
they get
just
it, like,
shoot it with our 6 shooters.
they get it like the worst. And then there's Rafa. You see that? See what happens?
Yeah,
You see that?
we'll just catch it with our 10-gallon hats.
But I can't even like fault them for that thought process because I mean,
They're whipping at the snow. They take out the whips.
but you can't really fault them because I mean it's
Double
not
barrel.
supposed to snow down there. Like it's history given, it's not supposed to snow down
I
there.
get that. Like you save money, from not putting in those requirements or whatever.
Yeah.
But then this happens, like.
Well,
you
again,
can't count
it's
out
not
all the way.
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like that's global warming and the climate change and whatever
Right,
they're
but
calling
like
it.
how
now.
long have we been warned about global warming?
But this year,
There people are
Years
still
and
deniers. Like
years
there's
and
still
years.
there's still deniers and stuff. Like
yeah,
that.
especially in fucking
Well,
Texas.
That's one thing.
I know, but I'm saying is like
No, but my thing is, yes, we've been warned about years, but if I'm not mistaken, like the last couple of years, the weather has been getting fucking insane, like planet wide, and it's getting
Yep.
worse and worse. Like
Right.
every year, like I think last year or was it the year right before the pandemic, like the record amount of hurricanes hit the Caribbean and like the United
Yeah.
States. Like it was just nonstop hurricanes, like left and right. That's never happened.
we see it happening here in our everyday lives. Like it, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it feels like the seasons are starting to slowly shift out of position.
Yeah.
Remember back when we were younger, October, like September, October was like that fall area.
Yeah.
Now it's October and it's hot. There's days that's like it's still
Yeah.
hot out for us. So even for us, just regular people not really experiencing all that, like the hurricanes or whatever, here in Midwest, like our seasons are literally shifting over.
John.
Yes, thank you. We were talking about Spider-Man, right? How did we get here? And somebody answer. me that,
Anyway,
please.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man coming out in Christmas, baby. Way to bring it back.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
I'm not
Right,
going.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're
going.
welcome.
I'll wait. I'll wait till that comes out.
I'll get that Chinese bootleg. Thank you very much.
True. No, see, the only we did it for Tenet. We say it a couple times, but the only way I'll go to theaters if we can rent it out. So if
Oh, sorry. This is super side note. Are we doing it for Godzilla?
Yes.
I heard whispers
yes,
for that.
yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm
fun.
setting it up. I haven't set it up yet because the theater doesn't have it available yet. So once it's open, I'm gonna do it.
I heard rumblings about
It
it.
wasn't it wasn't rumblings. I straight up said yes, but okay.
And you probably the rumblings was Alex saying that we're gonna do it.
yeah.
No, the streets were speaking to me, and I was like, oh my goodness.
It wasn't the streets. It was me. I told you.
literally
Are
Alex.
By the way, are we gonna like separate the sitting arrangements? Team Kong, Team Godzilla.
I'm team want to see the fucking movie, so I'm gonna sit in the middle because I love them both.
Undecided. So like as the movie goes on, you get up and move around to your section.
No, I'm team Mecha Godzilla's gonna show up and they're both gonna fight it. That where do I sit?
I'm team movie tropes and that like it's a fight but not really.
Yeah, I'm team Mothra. Hold on.
Right.
Let's get
Team
back into this.
Mechagodzilla sits. Well, Team Mechagodzilla
Don't
sits
put me in
all
the
in the front.
God damn it! That's
The first row.
the only
worst
place
row ever.
I didn't want to sit there. Hold on. All right, man. Let's talk WandaVision. We have to talk WandaVision.
Yes.
The show's wrapping up. There's only one as of recording. There's one episode left. So
One episode left, baby.
spoiler talk. If you don't want to get it spoiled for you and you're waiting to watch it, go to the next timestamp. That's what I do the timestamps for. So you've been warned. WandaVision episode 8
8.
came out, man, and let's just talk about it. This is the first episode in the series that broke out of the whole sitcom-y thing per se. This is more so a regular episode. It broke. You went behind the scenes of the whole thing. It kind of explained a lot, but gave you more questions, like a lot more questions actually.
Right. And by the way, this is what I was talking about earlier. That the thing that I said was right. Pietro isn't real. That's what I said. You guys
Except
are saying,
wrong, he is.
no.
She said
no.
there's a comment she said in that, and I heard that too in the show. But she said that was because what's her face Wanda asked because there was a well. Let me explain what the episode is before we go into that specific. But remind me to go there.
Yes.
So the last episode left off with the reveal of Agatha Harkness. Big powerful witch. They kind of go into her backstory in this episode, and then you proceed to. She has Wanda in a peculiar situation. She has her kids, and she kind of wants to know how the hell Wanda did this, because that's some very powerful witchcraft shit that she did. So this episode reveals a lot of Wanda's backstory that wasn't ever actually said in the MCU before.
Also,
It's a very important
Agatha's,
episode.
Agatha's backstory.
Yes.
They show where she came from.
Which, yes, 100%, which is cool. So you see that the whole time, because up until this point, up until WandaVision, it was kind of, without saying it, it looked like Loki's scepter, that Infinity Stone, gave her and her brother the powers. That's what it was set up as.
That's what it was set as. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like
I'm saying
that's how they established it.
Well, yeah,
They didn't-
without saying, they made it seem like the scepter, when they experimented on him in Sokovia, gave
No, they
them
straight
those
said that.
powers. Yeah,
You
okay,
did say that.
right.
They
But
should've said that.
They're retconning a few things here.
yes,
guys,
but
in
this episode
So,
corrected it and said that she was a witch the whole time. What Loki's scepter did was amplify her powers and turn her into, you find out at the end of it, the Scarlet Witch, which is a thing in the witch lore. I guess the way she made it seem like it was supposed to be a myth within the witch
It's like
community.
a super powerful chaos
Yeah.
magic.
Like, oh, you're the Scarlet Witch isn't supposed to exist, but here you are. This is also the first time they said that name in the MCU. I realized.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of important
Yeah.
stuff. This episode's actually very, very important.
Yes.
Like, it's
So
very, very important.
the reason why they couldn't say the Scarlet Witch because it was hold on
Yep.
rights with Fox.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only reason
Yeah.
they couldn't say it. But now
But-
they own Fox, so
There-
now it's okay.
There's a lot here that's hinting towards mutants. There's
Yes.
a lot here.
And it's I loved the episode. It was really great. But
I
now,
loved it.
so they revealed a whole bunch of stuff in the background, and then added up, obviously, like they're going to do about 90 other questions.
Of course.
So Rafa brought up the main one. Well, not the main one, but a big one. Pietro, her brother,
Was a talking point from last
Quicksilver.
one,
Yes. So Rafa said his comment was that you said he's not real. He's a figment of the imagination.
No, I was saying
You just said
that.
it's
No,
fake.
you guys were saying like, oh, he's the discussion we were having was saying like, oh, he's from the other universe. He brought him over, whatever. I was saying that Marvel was just trolling us, and it's just not like an actual.
Yeah.
Like it's not from that multiverse. That was my point.
Okay, so there was a comment because they had a conversation of it. They had a conversation in the show, Wanda and Agnes. And Agnes, well, Wanda asked, like, Agatha, whatever the fuck her name is. She asked about, somebody asked about Pietro. They were talking about it. And she made a comment saying, yes, that was me. And then she said it was only my eyes and ears or something along those lines. So she kind of
controlling him.
Yeah, she was controlling him. That means,
but that doesn't
what that means that the
that's not
powers,
Quicksilver.
what that means is she was just controlling him. She didn't make him up.
So technically, Mean Junior could be right. That could still be Quicksilver from Days of Future Past, just literally as like a vessel for Agatha. Like,
yeah,
nowhere does it say, like, obviously, yes, that's not MCU Pietro, obviously,
yeah,
because they don't look like him. But that doesn't mean that that's not X-Men Quicksilver.
So what it
They
means
were very
is, yes.
specific about their wording. And
Yeah,
that,
she said it
like,
was just my
this
eyes
episode,
and my
yes.
ears or something like that. She made a comment like, I'm just controlling him. But
She's like,
the
that
powers,
was you, and she's like, just the eyes and ears. Like, it's very,
yeah. So, I mean, you can't, nothing. That's what the fuck the show said. Ain't no about
Yeah.
it. That's what the show said. So that's also some more of the questions that I had, because now I'm like, okay, so I thought about that too. I'm like, wait, so was he fake but that wording was very specific. Number one. Number two, this episode it makes it look like the director of Sword is in on something bigger than he led up to be, because you find out. I don't know if you guys stayed past the credits. Did you guys stay past the credits?
Yes,
I
did.
did.
Okay. So at the end of the credits, you see that a couple things. You see that Wanda never stole Vision. She never went in there and kidnapped the body. It turns out she went in there, was trying to feel if he was alive and didn't, so she walked out. So that footage was.
She wanted to bury him.
So she walked out. The body stayed there. It turns out Sword had him the whole time. So that footage that they showed earlier, because earlier in the show they showed a camera footage of Wanda going and breaking in and stealing the body. Right? It was. That's
they
not
showed
real.
the footage. They showed
the
the
glass
footage
breaking.
of her dropping down
Yeah.
and then like getting to the body and like touching him, but I think it like distorted or some
Yeah.
shit like that because like she does that with her powers now, like she
Yeah.
can distort cameras or something.
Well,
So
she
like
can
it
do
probably
whatever.
seemed
She do
it's-
her
it-
own honestly.
yeah. So it probably was like during the cameras it was like it could see like as because if you see Vision and the shit that she probably stole the body, but
No, he straight up
No,
said
they
it,
had the whole
and he
time.
was there and knew that she didn't. So it turns out that the whole time they were just trying to use her powers to bring back their billion-dollar weapon Vision, which at the end of the episode after the credits they do. They bring back a blue Vision. He's all blue and it looks
It's
cool.
White
as fuck.
Vision.
Whatever the fuck.
it's like
Double-
a white one.
It's white. It's following the comic books. In the comic books, the after Vision dies, because he dies in the comic books also. They bring him back as White Vision, where he's just literally a weapon. Like he doesn't remember anything from his past.
So is he like a villain?
He's a weapon. I don't.
He's
I
just
don't know
a
if he's
shield weapon, a sword weapon, like
Yeah.
Oh,
like
Yeah,
a.
this
He's,
is
like,
this
no
is
longer
following
sentient?
certain beats that's in the comic book with
Yeah.
House of M and all that stuff. So,
But
this
that's-
this is part of that.
That's beautiful because that's just gonna create more problems. Because now Wanda's like, yo, hold on, why is Vision walking around over here now? But he don't remember me at all. So that's gonna be interesting. You also find out that yes, she did create the hex. It came from her and her powers. And then you
all
find
came
out
from her,
that she created Vision in that world. You know, like
Yep.
it wasn't. She didn't reanimate his body. She just flat out created a new one.
Created a new
and that makes
version of
sense as
Vision.
to why when he tried to leave the hex, like he was slowly disappearing.
Yeah,
It's
but
like because he's fake.
Yeah.
but it doesn't make sense as to why he can't control them.
Yeah, that
As-
was my big question as well.
Yeah, as to why he was trying to leave anyway. You know, like that's
It could be that like she made him, but he's kind of like his own being almost. You know. You get what I'm saying? Like she created him, but he's
Yes.
his own being. He's his
Yeah.
own person.
yeah, I understand, but I'm like
But so-
something there doesn't.
I'm
Quite,
sure they'll
yeah.
explain it in the. I'm sure they'll explain it in the next episode, given the fact that like physical Vision will show up.
Yeah,
You know, and that version of Wanda's version of Vision still has his powers and everything. So maybe that's why. Because was Wanda ever able to like go into Vision's mind and control him and stuff like that? Like outside of this?
She. I don't know about control his mind. I don't think so.
You know, it could just be
there-
like this version of Vision is just like the Vision that we know.
Well,
And he's just because of his powers, she can't control him. You know.
Well, like if you notice that when things are being created in the show, like when she first made the hex, everything has that red glow to it, but Vision comes out yellow,
Yeah. he
which
came out
means
yellow.
like he's coming out like the color of the Mind Stone. So I feel like maybe this is this is a whole separate thing from her, like being pulled from her. So like maybe it's like the Mind Stone incarnate. I don't know. Like maybe she's just able to because like again like her amplified powers now come from the Mind Stone.
And also, it's said that the Mind Stones are not just stones; they're technically sentient. So
Right. So like maybe in her doing that, she like manifested an actual version of the Mind Stone.
of Vision. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
so
it
it's
can
like-
only exist in the hex. So apparently, because when it tried to get out, it was extra crispy
Right.
because it's Mosaics is feeding off of the chaos magic.
But like
that
it
she's
probably
emitting.
it does come from her, but I think like it came from the Mind Stone portion of her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Just like how they needed her magic to boost to start up white
Mhm.
vision.
Yeah. it
I
goes,
don't
it
know.
goes without saying, I am
So
very
her
excited.
magic, so her magic's like the battery, the energizer battery
Yep.
they need to run.
I hope that they explain it on the last episode at least as much as needed. I hope they don't leave on any
Yeah.
dumbass cliffhangers. I would be very upset if this show ends and I have to watch some other shit to figure out what the fuck is happening. Like I hope they don't
You know
do that.
damn
No,
well
no.
that's gonna happen.
Asterisks. I don't mean like them leading into another story. I don't mean that. I mean I hope it doesn't just leave everything unexplained and then you get what I'm saying. Like I hope it closes this story out where it needs to. Unless obviously if there's a season 2 of WandaVision or something, then yeah, sure. But
Right, I feel like they're gonna close out most of everything, but still leave a few things unanswered.
Yeah.
and it hits you with that that stinger at the end that
Yeah.
they're known for.
now that I don't mind.
the
I meant
next
more so
episode.
like I don't want it to be some Attack on Titan shit where I go 3 seasons and in season 3 I learn what the fuck is happening in this world. Like I don't want it to be that. I granted yes.
I
it
don't
was
think
cool.
I don't think they're gonna do something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Who
Um,
knows?
and also like WandaVision starts to end, but we have Falcon and Winter Soldier coming like right up. So
Isn't that like immediately
March.
after?
I don't know if it's
I
immediately.
think that's
after,
like
maybe-
next week after, no?
I don't know if it's next week, but I know it's. I
I
know
don't remember the specific
March,
date it
maybe
comes out.
second week of March, maybe. I don't. I'm not
With
sure.
the power of the internet, Falcon and the Winter
And like,
Soldier.
who knows? It probably, if anything, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is probably not going to touch that multiverse shit. It's probably gonna.
No.
It's going to touch on the life after Captain America and Iron Man are gone,
That-
which is a
that's-
whole
that's-
nother thing that needs to be explored too. Like the multiverse is like the main meat and potatoes, but there's like a whole bunch of extra shit that also needs to be explained.
Okay, so the episode 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out March 19th. So it's like 2 weeks after the ending of Wanda. And it's only going to be 6 episodes.
Yeah, but then doesn't like Loki come out immediately after that too? or-
There's Loki still coming out. They have
Loki
a
was
bunch
in
of
June,
things.
ain't it?
I think that is June.
Well, I mean, from
Well, it's
March.
six-
Yeah, June
six
11th.
episodes, and it's the so that's what. Yeah, it's gonna be around.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be in May.
It's going to end in April.
Captain-
End of April.
Is it in April?
Yeah, April 30th. Like right before May starts, if I counted that correctly. And then Loki's going to come out like a month and a half after.
Okay, well,
That's
I'm
not
okay
bad.
with that.
That's
I'm
not
okay with
bad.
that.
That's not bad.
yes, that's a nice break.
It's
Gives
good
us
that
a
way,
break.
yeah, because we don't want to have the fatigue.
Mhm.
You know, so that's I'm cool. I thought it was gonna be
I'm
like
okay with that
nonstop,
schedule.
but I'm
No.
totally fine with that.
Plus, that gives
Right.
us more time for other shit like
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
But yeah, anyway, I'm mega excited. I truly have high hopes for this ending. They have not missed a beat yet. I mean, some episodes were a little slower than others, but as a whole, this show has not
That whole-
missed a single beat.
It's a great.
This
Yeah.
this episode means a lot. Like not just for WandaVision, but the future of the MCU. Like the mere mention that her powers come from her is already inclinations that mutants exist.
No, what they did is that they added the whole. I mean, they've been slowly sprinkling it in, but they finally actually mentioned magic.
That's what I'm like. Yes, but Scarlet. Yes, her stuff is magic. Yes, hers. But Scarlet Witch is a mutant. Like
Right now, the thing with Scarlet Witch is that she is a mutant, but she's also considered a sorceress.
Right. No, I understand. But I'm
and
saying
her,
it's
her
both.
powers. Right, her powers come from chaos magic, so that's opening a whole different other door with the magic side of things. That's gonna tie in with Doctor Strange heavy.
Which is
Wait,
so
I mean,
cool.
like, it'll probably the way it'll probably end is like she'll probably lose her shit with having to kill Vision again as a bad version, and somehow causing the multiverse of madness because again she is in the multiverse of Doctor Strange's movie.
Yeah,
It's rumored that she is going to be the villain in that movie.
'Cause-
Would set it up perfectly.
like super side note with Doctor Strange, like his powers come from channeling magic from like more higher up beings and stuff like that. So that's how magic works in the MCU. So that's the same thing with Wanda. See, the chaos magic is coming from a different, like stronger, higher being that's out there. then she's using it, so she's channeling the magic through her. That's like the magic side of Marvel.
I still
Not-
haven't
not the
ruled out
mutant side.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're gonna bring Mephisto at a certain point.
But I
There's
mean,
no
like,
way.
but like, then see, so like, but my thing is this: is that if Wanda, it also talks about mutants because if Wanda got her power, like, if she already had her magic or whatever the fuck, that means that she is a mutant. I think, at the very least, unless they're just not calling her a mutant and just a sorcerer or some shit. But I don't. I think they're just gonna keep her mutant because then Pietro wouldn't that mean that he also just had his powers too, or no?
They never clarified. They
Yeah,
did
they
a retcon
they
that.
just ignored his
just ignored
half
Pietro,
like
yeah.
completely.
Because it's like, they acknowledge that she's a sorceress, right? And they acknowledge the Scarlet Witch, and
Right.
being able to use those things means that they have the properties, right? I mean, they have the X-Men properties, being able to use the shits. I'm taking it as both the concept of chaos magic and that she was already a mutant, and mutants exist, but they just
It could be
Whatever.
that they're doing like the kind of like back in the day where Iron Man first started, and they're sprinkling in those seeds for years later for
Yeah.
them to kind of bring out the
Yeah.
you know, the Avengers stuff like that. With Iron Man, I feel like that's what they're doing now, where they're sprinkling in the mutant stuff, but we're not going to see
Yes.
it until, you know, years later when it's like really like established or whatever.
Yeah.
And
That's
I mean,
what I
I'm
think.
not against that. I'm just like, I'm happy
that'd
that
be-
they're
that'd be cool.
that they're bringing it up, or like it seems like they're hinting towards it, in my opinion.
I would rather have them take their time with it instead of rushing it and being a fucking mess like DC.
MCU knows exactly what, like, everything that they do, every action, every thing that they say, that they show, it's all part of a bigger plan. I'm not
Right.
worried about how they
Yeah.
narratively spin it together. And that's why I'm still against, like, I'm still hard disagreeing that that's not exactly like a fake Pietro, because again, they're very, very calculated with their decisions. Like, the only time they ever troll with shit like that is for like the after credit scene or some shit like that. Because they
I
did
don't know.
do
I
that.
just feel that they're just gonna go a different direction with that. You know, like not bring in Pietro. Like I feel like they're just gonna leave him dead. Like he's dead. Forget that man. And
Well,
just kind of just do
the
their
thing
own
is,
thing.
Quicksilver and X-Men is not. I don't even think his name was Pietro.
Isn't
Uh,
it Peter?
Yeah, it was like
No, I
Peter or
think-
something.
It was Pete or some shit.
So-
I don't know his actual fucking name, but
Hold on.
Power
Yeah,
Rangers,
it's,
look it up real
it
fast.
says I am.
Is it like Peter Maximoff?
It was Peter.
Pietro.
It was. Hold on. I'm looking for it.
Speeder.
No, I didn't say speeder. I didn't say speeder.
It was Speeder because he's fast. I get it, Alex. That's a good one.
Wait, so is it nothing?
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Say
Nothing.
it.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
If
Okay,
you're
hold
a
on.
dumbass, make it
Google.
known.
No, I'm looking for it. Days of Futures Past. Because I looked up.
Why don't you just look up?
I looked him up, and all I'm getting is fucking WandaVision shit. Because you know how the algorithms go. So now I have to look it up specifically.
It said, "Oh, you know this man from the popular show that's going on right now."
His name was Quicksilver.
Oh,
Nice.
I think it is Peter.
Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah. Anyway, keep talking. Go ahead. Enjoy.
Anyway.
Enjoy conversations.
Oh, let me enjoy. I still think that Quicksilver is still part of the MCU. And again, apparently, Paul Bettany has said that there is an actor who we still haven't seen that he's been dying to work with him. It's rumored that he is a thespian. So I think that they're really going to do the X-Men route. Like, it just makes sense that way, and especially with that Quicksilver showing up and
Peter!
using Scarlet Witch.
His name is
They did-
Peter. I
Cool,
found
I'm
it.
so
Peter
glad we did all that. So
Hey.
glad we did all that for you to say yes.
I'm not
my
saying
take.
I'm not saying they're not going to bring the X-Men. I just feel like they're just going to recast everybody. Trying to do it their own way.
I don't know if that's neither here
He
nor
said,
there. To me.
"Ooh, ah."
Yeah.
Like, that's neither here nor there if they recast or not. But as far as what's his name, Evan Peters?
Yeah,
Peters?
Evan Peters, who played Peter Maximoff, confirmed.
Right. I think he will be the MCU's Quicksilver.
I don't think so.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna, or unless they kill him off or something like that, and we just don't get a Quicksilver. But I
Damn,
think
kill him
he's
off
gonna be our
again?
Quicksilver.
No,
No, like he's already dead.
but that
It's
Okay.
a whole
we're
separate
we're
person.
we're,
Rafa.
we're rehashing
It's a
over and
whole
over
separate
again.
person.
Yeah, we're rehashing. We'll
Yeah.
we'll find out next episode, or we won't. We'll find out eventually. Let's
I'm just
let's get off
excited with
Wanda.
all the. I'm just excited with all the X-Men talk, like
Yeah.
them actually utilizing the property within the MCU.
Yeah,
it
same.
means big things to me.
Okay, let's get off Wanda because yes, we have plenty of other stuff to talk about here, like
Why you gotta
Twisted
yell at-
Metal. Huh? What?
Go ahead, man.
What'd you
God damn
say?
it.
All right,
Nothing,
like that.
just go.
All right, bitch. Twisted Metal TV show is in the works. Hey. I am obviously very excited. Twisted Metal is one of my favorite gaming franchises. Excited asterisks, I will say, because we will get to you. So
Rafa,
here's
you don't play video games.
I
right.
do play video games.
You play VR chat. So
Yeah.
Nah.
there. I know Sony. It came out a bit ago that Sony was making a bunch of their properties into series, TV shows, movies, all that good stuff. So it officially came out that the Twisted Metal franchise is going to be a TV show. Why I am excited, asterisks, is because when I said I wanted more Twisted Metal a couple podcasts ago, this isn't exactly what I meant. I meant the fucking game, but you know, I'll take this. I just hope that they are going the dark route with it. Not so much the cheesy, campy route of the first couple of games, because they're all dark. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm talking about Twisted Metal Black is like one of the darkest games I've ever played, like ever. And
Yeah,
I hope it goes that route, but still like dark comedy is what I'm hoping for the show.
I don't see why they would not do that. I don't see why they wouldn't. If they do the property, they wouldn't get. It's called Twisted Metal. Like, it sounds fucked up, and also the characters and the premise is super fucked up. Literally, you have Sweet Tooth, who's like a serial killer with his fucking clown head on fire. Like, you kind of. I feel like they're gonna do the bad stuff. I don't know how much I feel about like a story, like how like. Because I'm like, the game is just crazy racing with guns and shit, or it's like what is it, like a battle royale? What the fuck is it? Isn't it racing? It's not racing.
It's
arena.
no, it's like an arena, like
It's like an arena shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sense. Yeah.
So it's like, how you make story around that.
So
That's
it-
what-
so
that's
the-
what I
To
was
be fair,
thinking.
I don't know the story of Twisted Metal.
So the plot synopsis says it reads like a cross between Mad Max and Death Race, which, yeah,
Death Race
sounds
is-
Wow,
sounds great.
thanks. That no, the reason that I'm not super hyped about this, I have played Twisted Metal, and it is a fun game, but I really don't see it as a TV show because Twisted Metal doesn't really have like a main protagonist, you know, because it like John was saying, like we said it's just an arena shooter in cars, right? Like, yes, each character does have his own story, like if you play the arcade mode, but that's just like in Mortal Kombat where you play the arcade mode and you see their specific story per each character that you
But
play
again,
as.
that's different. That's different because
That changes. And then in Mortal Kombat there's an actual story.
Twisted Metal has an
It's
actual
Twisted
story.
Metal
yeah.
has an actual story. I just
Yeah.
don't know it, and I just don't know.
Do they
how it
really
can
have an
lend
actual
itself.
story?
Yes, Twisted Metal has an actual
Who's
story.
the main
I
who's the
don't-
main who's the main guy
It's
in it?
it's like Mortal Kombat, where the arcade mode of it, but there is a story of it.
That's my point.
Okay, so then why not just that every character is like it can lend itself to a TV show. I'm just like, I don't know the story, so I'm just like iffy on it.
Well, but I'm saying is like each time you play a character, that's their story. But like it doesn't always they don't all match to each other.
They could just do the.
So the plot is
Mortal
here.
Kombat
It says, Rafa didn't let me finish because he started making fucking faces on the webcam. But it reads like a cross between Mad Max and Death Race, with a car thief and a vague protagonist having to fight down highways and deliver a package. And it's rumored to include Needles Kane, who's Sweet Tooth, the clown.
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be an original story. It's not just gonna follow the game per se. But I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. If as much as I love Mad Max, if that movie was able to come out as good as it did, there's no reason why a Twisted Metal movie can't come out good.
Well, it's not a movie; it's a TV show.
Well, yeah, I mean, my bad. A TV show, a TV series. There's no reason why it can't. Because I mean, the Mad Max movie, I went back and saw it, and again, as much as I loved it, dick
It doesn't
happened
really
in that
have a
movie.
story.
No,
Yeah.
it was
No, it's barely a story.
exactly. So I mean, if that came, and that movie was great. It was visually
Oscar
appealing.
winning,
It was
right?
Oscar. It was awesome. if that
I mean, the
made it
story is
okay,
just really simple.
exactly. So that shows that you don't need the best story to make a good film.
But that's a movie.
TV
This
show.
is a TV show.
Even better because there is a ton of different stories to pick, even though there is a main story of Twisted Metal. Or they can just completely write a unique story based in that universe. You can do that too, similar to what the Mortal Kombat movie, I know it's a TV show, but the movie is doing something unique too, because that character's not even in the games. Again, we don't know what they're pulling from, but that's for all intents and purposes, this is a unique Mortal Kombat story with that character that we're following, Cole.
It's
whatever
not
the
a
fuck.
unique.
I need to see
It's
more.
not a unique Mortal Kombat story.
I need to see
That's not a unique Mortal Kombat. It's the same story with a new character.
Well, you
but
don't
it's
know.
The same.
Well, you don't know. You don't know because I don't know.
Well,
You don't
Alex,
know.
they literally said that they're setting up for a tournament and they're doing
Hey,
MK1.
that's-
It's MK1.
Cole Bennett or whatever the fuck his name is doesn't.
It's MK1 with the character with the new character, but it's still the same story.
But you don't. Okay, because you saw it. You went into the future and you saw the movie and you came
Is
back
that
in
not what
time.
That's not what the
and
trailer.
said,
Is that not what the trailer said? Oh, we have a tournament. Oh, you're destined to fight. in the
yes,
tournament.
because
You're in
that
the
is
tournament.
that is literally what Mortal Kombat is. Just like Twisted Metal is
Oh,
cars shooting each other.
The story of Mortal Kombat is a super original. Like, that's the story. They're doing the Mortal Kombat 1.
But it's a
It's-
unique Mortal Kombat story because it hasn't been done because that character does not exist. The fact that there's a new character that you're following and it looks like he's a main part of it is going to change things, John. That's a unique Mortal Kombat story. It is not completely 100% unique. It's a unique Mortal Kombat story because it hasn't done before. That character doesn't even exist.
Okay, you're right.
Tell me what part of Mortal Kombat 11 had fucking Cold Dragon tattoo in
That's
it,
not-
and tell me
I'm
what
just
part.
saying, if, they do,
Oh,
if
okay
they're
then.
doing Mortal Kombat 1, but they add a new fighter to it, it's not like
That's
unique. They just added
unique.
a new
It
character.
hasn't
That
happened.
doesn't make it unique. That doesn't make it unique. It's the same story.
Each other.
No,
Is
it's
it not.
not.
The, is
but
the story
you
not,
don't
is the story
know.
Not that they fight the tournament so that Outworld.
You
doesn't
don't
take
know.
over?
You don't know. They might not even mention Outworld. You have no idea.
Well, I mean, the director straight up said that like Melina in one of the shots is literally an Outworld, but so they do mention Outworld.
Okay,
but-
wonderful, but that doesn't make the story beat for beat the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's a unique Mortal Kombat story. That no way means that it's completely different from the game. If you make a Mortal Kombat movie without the fucking tournament,
Anyways,
Kill each other.
then that would make it a unique story. But anyways,
no, it wouldn't. It would make it not a Mortal Kombat movie.
anyways, so like, is it have nothing to do with the Twisted Metal game? Like,
It said vague protagonist. For all intents and purposes, they could just pick a character and go with it. We don't know. There's no details out. We're arguing about
Oh
nothing.
my god, guys, I figured it out. It's Vin Diesel.
what is?
I
What
almost
is?
pressed the wrong button.
What is?
The protagonist of Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, Alex,
No,
go ahead.
he's playing Vin Diesel. Like that, it's somebody acting as Vin Diesel is what it's gonna be. It's not actually
so someone,
Vin Diesel.
So someone took Vin
Yeah.
Diesel's identity.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Ooh.
no, no. Somebody's playing Vin Diesel in this movie. Not his identity. They're just playing him.
Oh, the movie. It's just their actor and they're playing Vin Diesel.
Yeah, they're cast
Why
as
is
Vin
it just-
Diesel.
See,
Okay.
the person
That's
playing Vin
pretty
Diesel
twisted.
has to go to the set for the next Fast and Furious movie, but he has to get through all these other murderous car people who are trying to
See?
kill him.
Cairo
that-
people.
Now that is a unique
like Twisted
Mortal
Metal.
Kombat movie. All right,
Yeah.
so
Right.
here we go. Let's get off of it. I'm over this topic.
No, please
Ooh.
keep fighting.
No, we're gonna fight right now. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head are no longer Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Well, that's an
Good.
asterisk.
No, yeah.
'Cause,
That's
well, in
that's
the- in
rebranded.
the branding, they're no longer, but they're still Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
They just be called Potato Heads.
They're
Yeah,
just
it's just
called
Potato
Potato
Heads.
Heads, but it's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Good.
Okay, now how do we feel that this generation of people is so weak and so feeble and such just
Yikes.
no backbone
Ooh,
that they get
yikes.
offended by the gender of a potato
Here
toy?
we go, baby.
Yikes.
How do we feel about that?
Yikes. No, I agree. I don't think there's any. I don't see why we have to gender neutralize a potato toy
I'll tell you why.
because it's a potato toy.
I'll tell you why.
Well, I know why,
I'll
but I'm
tell you
saying
why.
like it doesn't
Why?
make sense.
Because I guarantee you that nobody, and I mean nobody, was talking about Mr. Potato Head at all. So they decide, hey, you know what'll get us in the news and get people to talk about us? Let's make it gender neutral, because that'll make the little crybaby bitches happy as hell. Like, oh, they took gender out, and then that'll make people who think this is stupid as fuck to say this is stupid as fuck, and now everybody's talking about Potato Head. That's why. Because I doubt anybody look
crybaby bitches, because
I will call them crybaby bitches.
You guys are haters.
You could do that shit at your own time.
I will do it here, and as me, not as you guys. I'm saying me specifically is saying.
Let's keep that there. Let's keep that there.
The views of this podcast.
Yeah.
Good.
Alex saying shit don't mean
this is Alex saying it. Crybaby bitches are mad about Mr. Potato Head. I personally, I don't give a fuck. Like, to me, I don't care. There shouldn't have been news.
You know what
if you want to rebrand it, cool.
You know what this is?
There's a bunch of other toys. There's other toy, like classic toys, that are going that route too. I don't know them, but I was reading the article saying that like this is just going in line with other toys, kind of just going down that new route. I don't know why it had to be Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads, because they're potatoes.
Because John, there's no more Mr. and Mrs. Okay, there's no more. It's all the human race is apparently just a globless, genderless, just organism.
Okay,
that's
what we are.
Keep it that way.
Again, you could just keep that shit to yourself. Again,
I didn't even say anything wrong there. That's just what it is.
Don't assume my gender, please.
Wait, John, hold on. Why are you on me for saying my opinion, but he's straight up making fun of people?
It's both of y'all.
What the
fuck?
It's making fun of people? I'm serious.
Yeah, okay,
I can see your face, jackass.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm very stimulated by it.
Right, sure.
Anyways, shit. Anyway, fuck it. It's a potato head. Who cares?
Like, I'm all for representation. I'm totally for it. That's fine. I don't care. I'm just like, it's a potato.
One could argue that this goes against representation. Huh? Where all my misters and misses at?
Here we go.
Where are my misters and misses at?
In the neutral part, Alex, you fucking moron.
Thank you, John.
No,
that's what neutral means.
No.
It's not set on one specific
thing.
thing.
You know what Alex is doing? You know how like back in the day, like old people were like, oh, keep people segregated. We don't want to mix races.
What the fuck are you doing?
And then like, you know, the new progressive world. The smarter people were like, hey, that's wrong. Let's not do that.
If you're trying to be edgy, no, they got you. It's Alex is all lives matter. That's Alex.
No, I'm not.
That too.
I'm actually not, because these people who are mad at the potato genders don't matter. So no, all lives don't matter.
Whoa!
There you go. That's what Alex is doing. Alex is
I'm not all lives matter, and I am not segregate the people. No, I'm not.
I don't agree. I don't agree with Rafa's at all.
Separated, and then like progressive new people like, hey,
Rafa, go back to bed.
That's not cool.
Go back to sleep.
Let's
go back to sleep.
It's a melting pot, Alex. And
I will tell you.
That's wrong.
I will actually tell you what it is.
I like when Rafa falls asleep on the
Me
pod.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
No. What I said was, this isn't news. This isn't important. I don't care. All right, that's all I said. And that people who gender all that shit. And no, I'm getting to what I said. And that people who get mad at the gender of a fucking potato toy, they don't matter. Is what I said.
I don't think people are mad. I don't think it's not a thing that people said, hey,
no,
what's
hold on.
Mr. and Mrs.
No. This goes both ways. This goes to the people that are actually mad at the rebrand, and people that are mad that, because somebody had to be mad that there was a Mr. and Miss attached to it. Now, this goes for both sides.
I don't think that happened. Like, I just think that there was rebanding with toys to just be more gender neutral and represent, like, to a bunch of old toys that are being rebranded for more progressive views. This just happens to be in that one. Just doesn't really make sense because they're goddamn potatoes.
Well, like, the people who are mad, the people who got mad at it, like, I don't care for real. I'm not really mad at this. I don't care.
Like, why are you mad though? Like,
I'm not.
You weren't before they rebranded it. Nobody cared about Mr. Potato Head.
That's what I said.
Head. So like, why are you getting mad about it now? Just because he pointed it out to you? You don't like change? What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, that's a very yeah. Some people just don't like.
Yes,
change.
some people don't like change for real, Rafa.
Yeah,
I
Don't
just,
say.
I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's one of those
racist.
things where in my brain, I'm just
You-
like, why?
Hold on. Rafa,
I'm
why
just
do you
gonna steamroll
continue?
past that.
Why do you continue
just gonna
to bait
steamroll
me?
past that.
I physically cannot. You
gonna
can
steamroll
not
past
want
that.
change and not be racist. Why do you have to make it race? It's not.
I was just goofing.
Rafa's
Like,
being-
hey,
Rafa's
here,
being
I'll give you
bald.
the perfect example. He's being bald. I'll give you the perfect example of not liking change and have nothing to do with race. Overdrive, that Overdrive fighting game, Mech Overdrive, that fighting game. The first game changed from the second game, and that game sucks ass. The second one, that's a change
That's
that I did
different.
not
That's
like.
It's not.
But
That's different.
it's still it's
I
not the
don't
same
see
thing.
how you didn't even let him finish.
You said I'm against change, and that makes me racist. Is that what he said? I'm
Mm-hmm.
against that change, and that got shit to do with anything. Is what my point is.
This
Not all
whole
change is race
conversation
related.
is just diarrhea because you're nitpicking on something that's not even like the issue. Rafa's just being a jackass. Like, go to the next topic. There's other things to be offended to.
Keep
No,
it the
in
same
today's-
way.
Let me
Keep it the
clear.
same
Now,
Let me clear.
now let's get into the topic.
The
where-
real one, the one that's gonna
the
really
real
make me
one.
mad. Okay,
The offended, the one where I'll let you say the shit.
thank God. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna off the fucking rocker. Here we go. So,
Because
lawmakers. Oh, I have to say this specifically. Illinois lawmakers, the great state of Illinois. Well, most definitely not one of the most corrupt states in the United States. Illinois lawmakers want to ban GTA 5 after increase in carjackings in Chicago. I'm gonna let that simmer for a second.
react.
Yeah.
No, hold on, I'm
Say
gonna
it
let it simmer.
Say it
I'm
one
gonna
more time for the people in
It's
the back.
stupid.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna say
mean,
it one more time. Hold on. Let me read it again because
it
I
one more
don't
time
think
for the
people
people
are
in the back.
grasping what's being said here. This is deep. Illinois lawmakers are pushing to ban GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, after there was an increase in carjackings in Chicago.
Correct.
Let it simmer. Let it simmer.
Let that sit. Think about
Now,
that.
GTA 5, the 11th game in the series. 11th game, including all spin-offs, including Liberty City Stories, all that shit. This
Right.
one, the game that came out, what was it, 9 years ago originally?
Came out what, 2013? What?
Yeah, 2013. Now that game, Illinois lawmakers in 2021 are pushing to ban it because
Yeah.
people are stealing cars.
Well, the reason why is because they don't have they're using GTA as a scapegoat off the cuff, right? They don't have instead
a
of
thing.
actually looking of the real reason of why this is happening, social problems and economic problems that's actually happening in the world, right? They're saying, well, what's the easiest thing we could pick at and be like and say that's the reason why this is happening. And GTA has that history of being in trouble with specifically lawmakers and people like that. I mean, it's in the name, Grand Theft Auto, right? You're
Right.
stealing cars, right? So what's the easiest thing to do is look into the actual problem, the systemic problem that we have in the real life, or pick out a game and blame that instead. And on top of that, GTA 5 came out years ago, but it's the newest one that's out right now, and it also has a giant fan base who are still playing it to this day, right? Like GTA 5 is one of the biggest games that people still play to this day. So it's just the easiest thing to do is to say that's the reason why people are stealing cars nowadays. They're just trying to find a way out of the situation.
We're back. There were some technical difficulties. Alex fucked it up.
Alex fucked it.
Oh, don't play
Alex
with me.
spilled,
I'll cut this whole podcast off and delete it.
Alex spilled his iced coffee over his computer.
I didn't do shit.
Alex licked the keyboard, and the whole thing fucked up.
Alex put his mouse up
Anyway.
his butt.
And Discord fucked up.
Discord said, "Stop that! Take the mouse out your butt."
Anyway, what I was trying to say to you, Rafa, was that it's not. I understand that yes, that's obviously what's going on,
Yeah,
and it's it's not about the fact that it's GT. So much time has passed where it has already been proven scientifically that there is no correlation between.
no, I'm not disagreeing with that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying yeah, sure, GTA, all this and that, whatever the fuck, and the sentiment of the game came out in 2013. It's like, if the game is so rampant, yeah, it's popular now. It's always been popular, but it's like, wouldn't we have seen a steady increase of just crime in general? Like,
Yes. See,
there's
John.
so many other like, I understand what you're like. I get that, but I'm saying, like, Lawmakers is just like, it's
No,
not.
see-
It's not GTA. It's not.
Oh,
And,
of
like,
course
I
it's
get
not
what- And I
GTA.
get what
That's
you're
not-
saying. Like, I get it. Yes, obviously that's no shit. Yeah, they don't want to see the big picture. It's a car stealing game or whatever the fuck. There's car stealings in Chicago. Like, GTA is popular worldwide. Wouldn't we see a mass increase of carjackings just in general? Like, why Chicago?
No, John, just in Chicago.
Like,
because
oh,
See,
this
that's
we
the
only play
thing,
it.
GTA
John.
takes place in LA. Like,
That's the thing, guys, because we are using our brains and we're like could actually like make sense of things. With these lawmakers or whatever, it's either they don't want to see the bigger picture, or they know that it's bullshit, but they go along with it to get brownie points with the people who will vote for them and shit like that, right? Playing to their parties or whatever, because like, what's the easiest way to get someone's attention is by scaring them, right? Like, that's why like the news media does that shit. The news media doesn't come out with happy stories. They talk about robberies and killings and shit because people get hyped up for that shit, right?
I get that.
Yeah, that was just my point. Like, I'm like, yeah, why GTA? Why out of all these years? Why now GTA? Right? It's stupid.
Well-
It doesn't make sense.
Well, the
But I
thing
mean, that's
is-
just saying they're just using it as a scapegoat.
The thing is, I played GTA for a bit, and when I went to Target the other day, I straight up stole a car. I couldn't even help it. I just walked into somebody's random car and just drove off. I was like, yo.
So it's
What-
your
what-
fault.
Why?
So it's
Yeah.
Alex's fault.
But no, it's not my fault. I played GTA 8 years ago when it first came out, and then it took long. It manifested and it loaded, and then all of a sudden 2021 hit, and I was like, it's time. I activated, and that was it. I just stole
You're
the car.
a sleeper soldier.
Yeah,
It's like,
GTA.
it couldn't possibly have anything to do with the fact that, like, there's a global pandemic. People are
No.
not working. People aren't
People are
struggling, and they're
No.
people are trying to do literally whatever to
To
fucking
survive.
to get out there. No, it has to be the video games.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
on my experience, when I stole the car, I didn't think about the pandemic. I didn't think about anything else. I didn't even want the car. I was just like, I saw Trevor do it, and I was like, that's cool. So I want to be like
Okay.
Trevor. So I took the car.
It's just like, again, I'm not super political. I'm just gonna steamroll past like that. But
I mean,
Like-
it's jokes, but literally what I just said.
well, literally, you
is,
did rob a car.
That's
or-
what they pictured.
No,
That's
no,
what they- yeah.
that's literally what is going on in the minds of these
Nah,
stupid ass fucking
Yeah.
old people that
That's
just
that.
making
Exactly.
laws.
It's old.
And,
It's
like,
old
and
people
it's
who
so-
don't understand.
And it sounds ridiculous. As I'm saying, it just sounds ridiculous. But the fact that somebody actually thinks that's how it works, bro, you don't need to run anything. You don't need to be in charge of anything. If you're looking at your ward, your what is it? Not because your fucking section of the city, because you're lawmaker, whatever. You're looking at that and you're like, man, people getting shot, people stealing. I know there's a pandemic. I know unemployment's at an all-time high. I know that we haven't had any stimulus relief. I know that people are struggling financially and they need to eat. They need to pay their stuff. They're going to resort to anything. Obviously, the problem is Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, nothing else. Like, it's so ass backwards, and it just
It is.
and it's with everything going on. Like, maybe Target, if you're gonna scapegoat something, at least scapegoat something that makes fucking sense.
The
Well,
problem
that's
is
not the point of skateboarding.
the problem is that like the real problem is that like yes, some of them might believe it, but the one that's even worse is the ones who don't believe it but still push that shit
Yeah,
because they know it's bullshit, but they know that that's what gets them. Like I said, that the brownie points with the people who know that they're gonna vote them back into office.
Because it costs more money to actually implement reform, and there are crooked people in politics. I'm not picking sides. I'm not any political affiliation, but there's corrupt people who are getting money from somewhere. I'm just being blanketed, but it's like it's much easier to blame some bullshit than to actually reform. Like, that's
Yes.
politics for you. Like, that's it is what it is. But the fact that we're still having this conversation of video games are bad, it's like multiple articles and scientific evidence that says that
Dude.
video games actually help
Science
with anxiety.
means dick to these
like-
people.
Like, at what
I mean,
point?
look,
like,
look,
you just,
look
like,
at the,
what's
look at the
point?
pandemic.
Yo,
Like-
in America specifically, literally, science is the last thing these
Which
people are
is
concerned
ridiculous. Which
It's
is
the-
fucking ridiculous.
Look,
It's
exactly.
like,
Look at the
there's so many-
pandemic.
there's so much
Look at the
evidence
pandemic.
pointing
Yeah.
to the contrary that it's like there's been multiple fucking scientific data that says there's no correlation between it, and
It's
multiple
fake
times.
news. It's
it-
fake news. That's
And
why.
it's like the fact
Yeah.
that we are still on this thing of like video games are causing your kids to be criminals. It's like, no, that's not fucking true. Like, no, there's been multiple instances where it helps with hand-eye coordination, with fucking anxiety, boost moods. People have developed friendships during this fucking thing. People are developing video games to teach people things. Minecraft is being used in school to help people with math. There's special video games with people like, and you what? Because
I don't know, John.
but because you don't know how to fucking cause reform, or because you refuse to, actually make change in your state, it's got to be GTA.
John, I don't know. I was playing Minecraft. I know how to make a bomb now.
And like I hate that shit because it's like like that whole thing of like gaming is bad. It's like, well, what about all other forms of pop culture? Like movies
not
are
bad.
incredibly violent.
No.
TV shows are incredibly violent. Radio station music is incredibly violent. Like, let's just go back to fucking the 80s and say that everything is the devil, and just like not try to change anything. Like what the fuck are we doing? What year
I
is it?
remember, by the way, back in the day, when we were kids, they used to say that Pokemon cards were. I remember this so clearly. My mom was watching the news, and there was a news story how Pokemon cards were the creation of the devil, and they literally had people on the street burning Pokemon cards.
Like, why?
Yo, this country is the dumbest country on the planet. Like,
We're pretty fucking stupid.
I was
the
like,
dumbest.
We're pretty fucking stupid.
yeah, and then Pokemon kind of came in. Well, it didn't come in one because Pokemon's still around. But then the new trend came out, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then Yu-Gi-Oh cards were another spawn of the devil.
Yo, the
You don't
devil
remember
be
that
making the littest shit, dude.
The devil making some
oh,
jams.
I'm ready to go to hell. I'm ready to go to hell.
If hell is all
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Grand Theft Auto, like
I love all those things.
Let's go down there. If heaven is just
Matter
people
of fact, sign
singing,
me up.
people just
Rap.
doing course music.
I remember they're saying that rap, the devil
Dude.
made rap.
Dude, rock and roll was the devil's music. Rap was
Rap.
the devil's music. Like,
What is
everything is the
heaven
devil's
got?
music.
Gospel? Like is that
It's like,
it?
what y'all got? Hymns? That's it?
They got the opposite of Pokemon cards and rap. So what are the opposite of that is?
Not?
Magic the Gathering and
No, Magic Gathering is worse. I was gonna say like
Wait, said the opposite. Okay, opposite. Jacks.
playing cards.
No, they got Jacks up in
Got
heaven.
chutes and
The-
ladders.
No, Jack.
yeah.
Do you remember Jacks? Like the marble.
Yeah.
They got,
I know exactly what you're talking
they got
about. yeah.
Jacks, marbles, and nothing but hymns and Taylor Swift music up in heaven. But like before she started dating people, before she got taken by the devil.
Oh,
like the
country-
first,
country
country Taylor Swift. Like that's all they got up there.
I just don't.
Because after that, Taylor Swift got sent straight down there after she started, messing with them boys pre-marriage.
Before wedlock, yep.
Hey man, the highway to hell sounds like a more appealing.
Hell yeah.
Highway to Hell. The song is
Yeah.
better than half the shit.
But
But it's like,
yeah, point is let's end it. Illinois lawmakers, you guys have way bigger problems. Leave video games the fuck out of it. Like just goddamn leave it.
stop being stupid.
You should look into why everybody's leaving Illinois. That's a big ass problem that's happening too. It's been happening for 50
Yeah, I
Because they're
know.
doing this shit.
Yeah, no, it's taxes. It's a whole bunch of shit like that. That is Illinois is experiencing an exodus, and it's
That's
crazy.
Yeah, that's now I'm putting his business out there, but that's why my uncle left. He went to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
He was
So
in Indiana.
I mean, and it's good for the people leaving, but the people that are gonna stay here it's gonna get worse. but
Gary boys, the apocalypse is coming.
yeah, true. All right.
Over here.
In news that aren't surprising anybody, EA ends Anthem development. Says that they're going to refocus energy on upcoming.
Still developing it.
Right? It says that they're gonna refocus energy on upcoming Mass Effect and Dragon Age games. Wow. Next topic.
That was BioWare.
Some more,
right?
some more games are gonna
Yeah.
end up shitting out. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I disagree with that sentiment, but yeah, I didn't even know they were still developing Anthem. Like, who
Yeah,
was
who
on
knew?
that?
I thought Anthem died like the second it came out.
Like, I knew that they
They're
had-
just like, fuck it, get that shit out
Well,
of
like
here.
just because it wasn't popular doesn't mean that they just like stopped it. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like it was obvious that this was gonna happen. I am glad that they kind of said that they want to like refocus and put their time and effort into these other properties that are established. And if they fuck these up again, they're gonna be in hot doo-doo water. So like, I do like that, but I'm still cautiously, I'm cautious about it because
Nah,
I
dude,
mean, like,
EA could go fuck themselves. EA is. I'm never.
well, it's not
trusting
even EA. That's well, it is EA, but also that's BioWare as well.
BioWare,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, but you know how publishers are. It's how EA specifically is.
Right.
EA is known to be fucking shit up. And even if they're not like developing it, even if they're just publishing the game, they fuck shit up left and right. It's there's so much like history on how EA just fucks things up on games.
I mean, I agree. I'm just
So,
like,
like,
I
I'm
am,
just-
I
I
am
don't
glad that
give a fuck
BioWare is
about
trying to do
EA.
something.
Like BioWare could do the best they can, put in 10 out of 10, 100%, and EA comes along and says, I don't like that. Get that shit out of here. Do it like this, or we're not publishing your game. And there goes the game. It goes fucked.
Well, no, I
Yes,
I
yes.
do agree. Well, hold on, shut the fuck up. So I agree with that, but also EA is also realizing now they know the precedent they set. Like they know that. It's very apparent, especially with with the whole Battlefront thing. Like they're very aware with how they're looked at in the public eye. Like they know that. And ever since then, they've been kind of stepping their shit up. I'm not gonna front. Like we have to kind of give them their flowers in certain like Star Wars
Like
Squadron
what?
was very
Like
good. Star Wars Squadron was very good. Okay, free DLC and all that shit. Star Wars Squadrons was very good. Like it was a very popular game. Just
That
because you
game
didn't play it,
sucks.
Alex. Just because you
Tell
didn't
Alex.
play it, Alex.
No,
Tell
hold
Alex.
on.
Not
You-
everything revolves
Tell
around
him,
you,
Alex.
They
Alex.
took the flying out of Battlefront and sold it
It
to
doesn't
you.
It doesn't
That-
matter. But and not only that, reduced price on that. That's one thing. Free DLC, Jedi Fallen Order, no additional DLC, none of that extra shit, no paid promotions. That's also a fucking good thing. When the Battlefront thing happened, they revamped Battlefront and they took out all the microtransactions. I'm not saying that they're completely absolved from their
You're
their
giving them
bad
way too much of a
behavior.
pass, John. You're giving way too much of a pass.
If you literally just heard what I just said
I heard what
right
you
now
said.
as
I
you
know, I
were
heard what you
speaking,
said.
if you literally just
I heard
heard
what
what
you
I
said.
just
You're
said,
just giving
then
them
you
a
weren't paying
pass.
attention because I just said now I'm not exalting them from their past behavior, okay? But I'm saying that I see them stepping in the right direction. I'm not saying they're completely absolved, but seeing that they're like, hey, we fucked up on this game. We have these other franchises that are beloved that we can't fuck up again. We're gonna try to refocus direction on that. I'm like, okay, I'm still cautious about it because it's EA. I'm not oblivious, but I'm saying like it is good to hear them be like, we fucked up on this. We're gonna try to fix this because they have slowly been fixing things. Are they completely absolved of their shit? No, I'm not giving them a pass. But I'm saying, like, you kind of have to give them their flowers for actually making a change when there's other companies that are fucking up. Okay?
But EA, no, the thing is that I'm not gonna give them their flowers, okay?
So
Because
if you want to be biased or not, but you
I'm not
can't,
being
you can't
biased.
sit
I'm not
here,
being
you
biased,
can't
though.
sit here, you
I'm not
can't
being
sit
biased,
here
though.
and not, you can't sit here and say that they're not making change
I
because
can-
they are.
it's like
No, you can't.
It's like you're saying like, oh, they fucked it up and now they fucked up. Let's give them a round of applause for that. Like, no, I'm not gonna
That's
give
not
them
what
props.
I'm saying. And if that's what you're hearing,
that's what
you're
it
not
sounds
hearing me.
like. That's what
Then
it
you're not
sounds
hearing
like.
me. Then
No,
you're
here,
literally not
no,
hearing me.
here. Before you guys start going around fucking circles, why I don't give them their flowers is yes, what you're saying, John, is correct. They did come out with one good Star Wars game, and they did 180 on their Battlefront and Shore Squadrons. Fine, those three things are not enough to undo the fucking decade.
said that.
Thank
No.
you.
But
Exactly.
I'm not.
Exactly.
No, hold on. I'm never once did I say that that's what you're saying. I said I agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not gonna give them their flowers. I'm not gonna applaud until it's like until they're on the right track. This is
Right.
yes, first steps, but I'm not going to congratulate her. I'm not going to say good job on your first steps, especially when you've been
Did I
around
say
for 30.
congratulations?
You said you're
You
giving
did.
them their flowers.
Yeah.
It's called give some props to them for actually making a change because EA
Nope.
could have just fucking did absolutely dick all and people
Well,
would have still bought their games.
here's the thing why I'm not. You seem to think that EA. Well, not. I'm not gonna say that because no, I know you don't.
Y'all,
I know
y'all
you
not
don't.
listening.
I-
Y'all literally not
Can
listening.
I finish my sentence? You don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say.
Go ahead,
I'm
go
saying-
ahead and say your thing then.
I'm saying EA's been around since the PlayStation 1 or 2 era. They were
Correct.
at the top. They shit the bed, and now they're trying to get
aware.
back to some level of where they're at. You did this, not you. EA did drop down. I'm not gonna congratulate you. I'm not gonna give anybody flowers, but because you fell from grace and now you're trying to climb back up because you pissed people off.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Yes, sure, you're making a change, fine, but until you get halfway to where you were when you were at the height with all the gaming shit that you were doing in the PlayStation 2 era, I'm
Right.
not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the Star Wars Fallen Order, as good as that game was, Squadrons in their 180 on Battlefront, and now that they're coming out and saying, hey, that game we made no one fucking liked, so we're gonna go ahead and focus on Mass Effect. That's not enough for me to say, hey, you guys are on the right track. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not.
I agree with you, Alex,
But that
100%.
that is a right track for them to make that change. That is
I
a
know-
right track.
I didn't say it
regardless-
wasn't a right track.
Okay,
I didn't
and
say
I'm
that.
not saying okay, but so they are on the right track. That's it.
We agree
It's like
on
they're
that.
starting. They
And
started.
that's what I said. I
But I'm
don't
not gonna-
understand why
I'm
not
that's
gonna
give 'em
confusing
flowers
to
for
you.
it.
The conversation that we're having is EA on the right track. You said we have to give them their flowers. I'm telling you, I don't have to say shit to them until they are at a good point. Because
Right.
EA is very much with their history. They'll take you give them an inch, and they'll shit on you. Like that's just what's gonna happen because that's what they're
giving
doing.
someone props for making a change doesn't mean that they're absolved of their stuff.
I'm not.
You can- like
I didn't say-
I don't know why y'all assume that me saying that means that like
I'm not even talking about you. No one's talking
No,
about
I'm
you.
Just, I'm just saying like because you're saying that I said that you got to give them the I don't like you got to give them their flowers or whatever. And you said I don't got to give them shit. Like
I don't.
Right.
you.
I mean, John, if you want to give them their props, go ahead.
I am
dude.
giving them their
Right,
props.
Go
I don't give a
ahead.
fuck.
Like,
I'm saying that we should also vocalize good behavior. We should vocalize them being on the right track because then they will see that hey, good shit means that people will like us. You know what I'm saying?
but that's
like,
the thing, though. Years and years of them fucking shit up
I
left
am
and right.
aware of that.
And hold up, but you don't think people vocalize about how much they've been fucking it up, and like, and they don't pay attention until it starts hitting the actual bottom line of the money.
Well, no shit, because it's a business. But
Right.
I'm saying y'all were so vocal when shit was bad, and y'all were very, very active about that shit. And it's like, good. You should also give them their praise for listening. Like,
Yeah, when
you
they
should.
get to a point when it's worth it.
That
Right.
doesn't mean that they're completely absolved of their history of all their games. It's not what I said. Not what I meant.
No one
I'm
said
just
you said
saying
that.
like. I'm
Right.
just saying that like this is a step in the right direction. I'm still cautious about Dragon Age and Mass Effect based on where Mass Effect Andromeda, what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda and what happened with Anthem, because again, it is still EA, but I am a little more optimistic. Not like super crazy, nothing super crazy, but I'm like, we'll see from here because even they are acknowledging their shortcomings. That's all I'm trying to say.
We agree.
Nowhere am I saying that they're
No,
completely
we're
absolved.
not like against.
Nah, but y'all came like
you.
super aggressive about it. I'm like,
No,
nah,
we
man, I'm
just-
just saying
we-
like one thing.
We're just voicing our opinions about it.
All literally what we're saying is yes, they're on the right track. It's not enough yet.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I agree.
That's all we're saying.
I'm not.
That's it.
I'm not at the point. I'm not at the point where I'm going to say yes, EA. You're a good company in my eyes.
Not what I said.
Again, you guys
But then,
talking
like again, but like
absolutes.
Rafa was straight. But like again, Rafa was straight saying like it sounds like praising them, and it's like that's not what I said.
Well, giving somebody their flowers is praise. I'm done with this conversation. Okay, let's talk about more disappointing shit. Sony
yes.
came out here and did a direct this week because of course they did. And it was the most boring fucking sack of shit direct I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, tell me how you feel, Alex.
It was pretty good. I liked it. They had some really good games. No, so Sony State of Play, their Nintendo Direct knockoff that they always seem to time around Nintendo Directs. Came out, and it was honestly for me super lackluster. I'm talking about like what I was saying about not so much the same conversation with the Direct, but it was like nothing stood out to me here at all.
What were the announcements?
It opened up with Crash Bandicoot 4, the PlayStation like 5 enhancements.
They're
and
just enhancing it.
Yeah, like they're getting a PS5 port of whoop-de-doo. But they made it this whole long thing. Oh, you get 3D audio and all this. No one cares. Then they went into Returnal gameplay. They introduced a new game called Sifu. They did a whole piece on Knockout City, which I didn't care when Nintendo did it. I didn't care when it was over here.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Knockout City.
I don't get me wrong. The way I'm talking about this is strictly on the state of play. It's not my excitement to the individual games, because there are some games in this that I'm looking forward to, but I'm talking about strictly the state of play. Then they talked about Ultra Void. No, they talked about Solar Ash. Then they showed some gameplay reveal for the Five Nights at Freddy's. Talked about Oddworld, and then
Five Nights at Freddy's should look like dick.
Yeah, that looked boring. Then Kenna Bridges.
Wait. Are you saying the one when it's like when the guy's like walking around or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, that looked cool. What are you talking about?
Did you see the state of play or the reveal?
I saw the trailer for that Five Nights at Freddy game.
It looks like every game where something chases you, like something's walking around the map.
It looks
chasing
like
you.
a piece of shit version of every other horror game. Like
Yeah.
It looked cool. I don't know what you're talking about. It looked cool.
Then they showed this Deathloop, that game I'm looking forward to, and then Final Fantasy Remake.
I didn't give a shit about.
That was it. For me, it was legit. Like overall, it was super boring. There are games that I'm looking forward to, but like you didn't need a state of play on this. Like you just showed me that your lineup for this half of the year is really fucking boring overall.
Yeah.
And that you have like nothing coming out worth anything.
Like, we said what we said about Nintendo's Direct, but I was more excited about that than the state of play.
Yeah.
Like, literally nothing was. I don't like Returnal looks cool or whatever the hell like that, but like honestly, you could have just released all those shit as separate videos and it called it a day.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do a state of play. You didn't have to announce it and blah blah blah. You knew you would get more eyes on it if you state of play. So like in that sense, fuck you, Sony. But like, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. Like, you could have just released the Deathloop stuff as a separate thing. Could have released the Returnal thing as a separate thing. Didn't need all that stuff. Like,
yeah, but it's smart for them to do it like this.
Well, I understand. Again, I'm not like I get it. Yeah,
it is. But my same argument that I have with Nintendo every time, it's like you don't like. To me, these state of plays and these directs and whatever the fuck Xbox has this week on Xbox or whatever the fuck they have, it should be about your console. It should be about your stuff. There's no reason why you should have a Knockout City piece on it. This has nothing to do with PlayStation except for the fact that you can play it on PlayStation. Nintendo announces on the Direct like 4 days before or whatever the fuck that Direct was. Like you don't. It just, yes, you get more eyes because when it's with the moniker of state of play, I'm like, oh, here comes Sony's big guns, like no, and then you get some bullshit, and it was like, super boring.
I feel like that idea of like, oh man, these guys are about to bust out their big guns at the state of play, whatever, or whatever Nintendo has or whatever. I feel like that idea or that sentiment is kind of like it's gone pretty much, like it's more just like an update of like, hey, this is what's going on. It might not, then they don't all hit clearly, right? But like I feel like the idea of like we're kind of like the old timers here. Like back in the day when EA would come out, we'd be like not EA. I'm sorry, E3. When E3 would roll around, we'd be like, oh man, these guys they're gonna bust out the big guns. They're gonna show us what they got, this and that. That's kind of gone now. We don't have that anymore. Some of these developers are saying, you know what, we're not going to go to E3. We're just going to do our own thing. We're going to show our stuff when we want to show it. Nintendo is like the perfect example of that. Nintendo said, we're not going to go to E3. We're just going to show our products when we want to show our products, right? So like they're kind of spread out throughout the year. We have those Nintendo Directs, like what, 3, 4, 5 of them throughout the year. There's always.
Yeah.
Right, so like every other month, every few months, we always get Nintendo Direct, and they're not all like big heavy hitters, but they still, they're still. It's like in a sense that they're kind of just like giving us updates of what's going on with the company and the video game stuff like that. So I feel like the whole thing about like, ah man, let's see what they got, like let's see these big guns. I feel that's kind of like it's kind of done with.
Yeah,
and over.
they killed it because they just put out bullshit now. But it's essentially a blog post now, and that's the best way to look at
right.
it.
It's just an update. It's like they're updating their Facebook.
Then
This is
call
what's
it
going
that.
on, guys.
Then call it that. Like, there's nothing wrong with
the
an
thing
update.
is like, but like,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
What sounds better? State of play, the Nintendo Direct, or hey, here's an update.
No, I think the names
You
are
can call
absolutely
it, hey,
fine.
I'm just like, because we're not the only, like, it's sure it's an old head way of thinking about it, but it's like that's the common practice. That is, yes, it was tradition. It's no longer tradition. Whatever the fuck, whatever, fine. But it's like people are still expecting when you do a direct or a state of play, because we're not the only ones who think it's lackluster or it was a piece of shit. Like, everybody thought it was a piece of shit. So like, my thing is like, if you want to have an update about whatever's going on, call it like a Sony update, like Sony Future. Like,
No,
some
state of
shit,
play is
whatever the
absolutely
fuck.
fine because it literally is the state of the PlayStation. The state of the PlayStation is a boring fucking shit show for the next couple months. Same thing, Nintendo Direct. Nintendo's directly telling you we ain't got shit this year. Like that's how it is.
Well, I'm saying
cool with
like,
that.
but I'm saying like what they,
I don't know,
what they,
Nintendo has
I'm
some
saying
cool
like what they
stuff coming out.
stood for before. It's like the communities kind of have that already established. Like, these are usually when they kind of do the big hitters because that's how they did it before. It's like, if you want to have your updates, just have that separate, and then you keep this for the big things that you want people to see. Like, again, I understand why they're doing that, because if you call it the direct or the state of play, and people's traditional conception of that is that, oh, they're gonna have their big hitters and people start guessing shit and all this stuff, and then they'll watch it to see if they're right. Yeah, they're gonna get more eyes on that shit, but at the same time, it's like I feel like you also kind of lose faith. Like, the community kind of loses faith in you if like you kind of use these traditional outlets for your heavy hitters, and then it's constant bullshit.
So
That's my personal opinion on it.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And what I'm about to say is not an argument at all. So don't attack me back, because I'm not attacking you.
Depends on what you say.
I'm not gonna attack you. It has nothing to do with you. But yes, I agree with you that it is marketing. So when I agree with you, I'm saying, not what I agree with you, but what I want to say is yes. So it is smart to do that on the direct and on the state of play because they get more eyes. Everything after that, what you said, means fuck all, because all that means is we need the eyes. That's all they care about. And when people
I'm aware of that.
and I agree with you. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if the community loses faith, because they're still gonna go watch it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It matters that we get this game in front of as many people as possible. And that's all.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you everything you said. But I'm saying at that point, that's when their mind ends. It doesn't matter if you guys like it or not. You're gonna watch it, and if you hate it, you're gonna talk even more about it. And then people are gonna look for it, and then they'll
publicity.
discover they'll discover Deathloop, or they'll discover Knockout Kings. Like, I couldn't give a fuck about Knockout Kings, but it looks kind of fun. I'll admit that now that I've seen more gameplay of it. You get what I'm saying?
And we mentioned it like 5 times
exactly.
already.
And honestly,
And
if that would have came out in a video by itself, a single announcement, I would not have mentioned Knockout Kings one single time.
Right.
Not once.
And now someone listening to this podcast who maybe had no idea what Knockout Kings is, whatever the fuck that game's called, now they have it in their brain, because
Knockout Kings is the boxing game that came out before Fight Night. Hold on, what is this game called?
Y'all don't even know what the hell you see. So please tell me how this helps again, because y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all talking about.
No, we know what we're talking about.
I
This is
have the
name
game
wrong.
in my head. I know how it
Me
looks.
too. Me too.
I'm like,
Knockout City. Knockout City.
Knockout
City.
So.
I'm aware. Again, I'm aware of the stuff, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like also that idea of like, okay, we got eyes on it. Fuck the faith, and not saying like y'all, but I'm saying like, I feel like companies should take that into more consideration now, because the gaming community is way vocal now than ever before. and we're starting to see that, hey, if you don't like something, you can say or do something and fuck up their bottom line to cause a change. And it's like, I feel like companies should realize that before the community does, because if the community does that, then they're in trouble.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. I agree.
That's just my opinion.
Again, and I agree with you. But the thing is, this state of play didn't have bad games. What I'm saying is this state of play, it didn't just put out garbage. It was just super lackluster. So Knockout City could be one of the best games, most fun games. It could be the next Rocket League. You know, it could be something like that. Who knows? The Final Fantasy, obviously, that's a very big game. It's going to do well. You get what I'm saying? Crash 4, whatever. You know, like, these games aren't bad games. It was just a very lackluster state of play. That's all it is. So us being vocal about that is like, gotta make more fun video. You know, like, that's the only... That's why what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter if we like the state of play. It just mattered if we got one game that we were maybe interested in. You get what I'm saying? It's a big commercial. It's all it is.
I understand.
That's no, and we're in agreement. I'm not arguing with you. We're in agreement here. We're not going back and forth. But let's move on to the next direct, the bigger direct, the better direct out of all three directs that happened this week. Pokemon had a direct this week. The 25th anniversary of Pokemon happened, and naturally you got a Pokemon directed, and we had some big announcements for the Pokemon world. Really big.
Popping.
Really big. Let's go into it. Pokemon Snap, right off the bat, right?
Yes,
They opened up with Snap, right?
Fuck
it. Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap came out. It was on there. Looking forward to it. That game was one of my favorite 64 games.
Stuff,
yeah, and it's such a fun, casual little game, and it's so great. Can't wait for that. Then from there, you know, they talked about, well, they opened up the whole thing with this big recap of like the 25 years of Pokemon, and
that should make me laugh.
It was cool for like 3 minutes, and then by the time they were like in the 2010s, I was like, I am over this. It was so annoying, but I understood why they did it, because I mean, it's a lot of history to cover. When they started showing the shirts, I was like, okay, every game has shirts. I don't need to know that, you know, whatever.
I just loved how it was like every year it was like cards,
anime,
and
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's like, y'all know y'all been selling us the same bullshit for fucking 25 years. Like, oh, okay, understood, I got it. Like, y'all know what you're doing.
Yeah. So anyway, but let's talk about the bigger announcements, because that's what this direct was about. Motherfucking Diamond and Pearl remake.
Yeah. Brilliant Diamond and
Shazam Pearl, I don't know.
And Pearl
Shazam
Necklace.
Pearl.
So Shazam Diamond and Pearl Necklace got announced. It's like a very chibi looking remake to it. It's
it
not
looks
a
great.
Please
I
call
love
it
the
its
art
actual.
style. I love the art style.
What?
What is it? That's Brilliant Diamond and what?
Brilliant Diamond and
Pearl Necklace.
Please call it the actual fucking name.
I have to know the
What is
real
it?
name to call it the name.
Shiny Pearl.
Is it Shiny Pearl?
Yeah,
It's not Shiny Pearl.
it's
No.
not. I have no idea, because again, I'm not gonna look it up. It's Pearl and Diamond remake.
There you
Okay, cool. All
Okay,
right.
fine. I'll look it up with the power of the internet.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Anyway, that whole like chibi style I thought was
it
kind of
is
cool 'cause
Shining
I'm
Pearl.
like, oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
go. Oh, okay, cool.
That's what I said. Pearl Necklace.
Like the chibi style, I was like, that's kind of cool because I'm like, it's literally just a remastered version of the style from when we had it on when we had the OG Diamond and Pearl. Like,
It's like what they
I
did
thought
with
that
Link's
was really cool.
Awakening. They just made it 3D.
yeah, like they didn't like chibi it. They just like fucking
3D.
revamped it or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. Are y'all actually excited for that?
I am.
I'm
getting it.
Pearl to this day is the last Pokemon game that I actually beat. I haven't beat Sword or Shield, whatever. But yeah, Pearl's the last one that I beat. So
I think I beat Diamond.
I was when they first announced it, I was like, oh cool, these guys been opening their mouth for so fucking long, they finally got it. That was my initial reaction, but then I remembered what Pearl was, and like what made me on the more excited side of it was that whole base mechanic that they had, where you can go underground and like have your little cool
And,
little
like,
base.
collect mines or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like, collect-
Like that made me a little excited. 'Cause I used to love that shit.
I don't think I've ever played Diamond and Pearl.
That
so
is
I'm getting
fun. That is fun.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting it.
Yeah, it's one of the like I said, it's still one of the ones that held my attention enough for me to beat it.
I think I beat it. I'm not too familiar.
What are the
think I either-
legendaries for Diamond and Pearl? I can't.
Isn't
think
it
of them right now.
what's I don't know how to fucking I don't remember the names, but it's that two-legged dinosaur thing. Did that
What
help
the
you?
fuck?
The blue one? Oh yes, I remember.
Which one?
It's the blue one, the one that's on all four
Oh, yeah.
legs.
Mm.
And there's
then,
the other one. There's the white one.
I don't remember the fucking name
Oh,
of that thing.
I visualize it in my brain.
Yeah, it's the dog and Godzilla. Like
Oh, lit.
that's it.
I do know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, I don't give a shit about this.
What a
I
legendary.
don't give a shit.
Wow.
I don't give a shit about Diamond and Pearl. I played Diamond and Pearl. I think I played Diamond when it came out. I don't remember if I beat it or not. I know I beat Sun. I beat Sun, and I beat Sword and Shield.
Dialga
don't-
and Palkia. There you go.
That helped me less than picturing what they look like because I didn't like.
Godzilla and giant deer. Giant
Okay,
blue
word.
deer.
Nah, I got it now. That one was good. I got it.
No, man, I think I played a little bit of it on an emulator.
I remember I had an
And that's
R4
it.
with like the Japanese version, and then I was, hey, I don't speak fucking Japanese, and then I stopped playing that.
Yeah.
But I think I either made it to I don't know remember if I beat it, but I made it to like the final gym encounter, like with all the big gym leaders, and you have to like go through like a boss rush with one life. But when I used to play Pokemon, I would just only favor like one or two. So I would just get dicked on, and I just never beat it. I don't remember if I beat it. I repressed it. I have no idea if I did or not. But I remember that game made me be like, "Oh, you gotta train the whole team." But as far as like the remaster, I don't care. Pokemon games, in my opinion, like,
Uh-oh.
it's the same shit every fucking. It's the same shit every game.
Uh-oh.
Granted, I do get some. Like, I did like Sword and Shield. I feel like that one was way different. I was super excited because it was so different compared to the other ones. So like, I really, really enjoyed that one.
Don't do
Granted,
that
the
to me.
base is still the same, but like, people were like, "Oh, I can't wait to go play this one." I'm like, it's the same bullshit. That like, it's the same shit. It's the same shit for fucking 25 years.
Especially a remake. This is literally
Especially
the same
remake.
shit.
Right.
It's literally the same shit. It's not
Well-
even like a different name. It's just the same shit.
Well, John, I guess you'll be more inclined to like the other Pokemon game that got announced.
The big one, baby.
And I'm very, very excited for that one. I'm incredibly excited for that
That
one.
one looks cool.
Pokemon
looks- that
Primal,
one looks
baby.
Right.
No, you stupid moron.
Huh?
Call it by its actual name. Stop being
Pokemon
stupid.
Arc.
Call it by its actual name.
Pokemon BC.
Legends. No. Cool. It's Pokemon Legends.
Yes.
Pokemon Legends.
Pokemon
Okay.
Legends.
Zapdos.
What's the name of that little one? It's the God Pokemon.
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Arceus.
It's Blue Eyes.
Arceus. There you go.
Arceus.
Arceus is the God Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's the one who created all Pokemons.
Okay, so
Is that really the story?
Yes.
yes.
That's what
yes.
Arceus is.
So here, they did it. The crazy bastards. They took the
Sons of
concept.
The Mad Lads.
The mad lads. They took
You
the concept
did it.
that it was what was that in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I mean, not Sun and Moon. I'm sorry, Sword and Shield. There was that open area. What was it called?
Is it just a wild area or something
The
like
wild area. So they took that and essentially made a whole game out of it. Because it's open world.
what it looks like.
Because the camera turns around. Ooh, it's so different. While I am excited that they're finally trying something new with the 3D Pokemon games, the vibe I got it's the same shit except there's no towns and you throw the Pokeball yourself. That is the vibe I got. Like it looks like the same shit.
What
That
I
is
got
true,
from
though.
it,
That is true, though.
I feel it's gonna be like it's gonna be like what's the name of the one? I Choose Pikachu. You guys remember that one?
Hey,
Where-
you Pikachu.
Is it the one
Is it
the one
Hey You
before the one before Sword and Shield?
Hey, you Pikachu.
Hey
no,
You
no,
Pikachu.
no. I'm sorry.
Pokemon Home? Pokemon
No,
Home?
no.
Oh.
Pokemon.
Isn't it?
It is Hey You Pikachu, no?
No, Hey You Pikachu's the one on 64.
Oh, you're right.
Fuck the Pikachu and Eevee ones.
That one?
Yeah, whatever. I forgot the name of it, but that
I
one.
feel like it's gonna be closer to that than anything else. where it's gonna be a simplified version of Pokemon, of Sword and Shield.
Well, now I'm less excited.
No,
That's
to me,
this feeling that I got.
no, because like people are excited because they're, man. And again, I'm actually going to play this game. I'm going to purchase it, but I can't
I'm gonna
help
get it
but
too.
I can't help but see this. People are excited because they quote unquote revamped Pokemon and they're doing something so different. Literally, the guy crouches around and you can throw and there's a throw a Pokeball button. That is the only difference.
That's true.
An old timey Pokeball.
Yeah, ye old
Like
fucking
ye old.
Pokeball.
Yeah, a
but
steampunk one.
you still catch the motherfuckers in Pokeballs. You still battle them in turn-based RPG styles. Like you still like you and you're making a Pokedex. It's the same fucking game.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a simplified version of what Sword and Shield was.
Again, like all Pokemon games are the fucking same.
Yeah.
Although
So-
I am very excited of it being like that because like this, the reason why like I never really got into Pokemon, like I kind of like the idea of like them roaming around. So like I got more excited as like they started to get down that route. And if you notice, the ones that I beat are the ones that are way more immersive that way, like Sun and fucking Sword and Shield and them shits. So like I do enjoy that they're finally doing that. I'm more excited for what it could mean. Like, okay, they're finally doing like the open world. I can like roam around and see the Pokemon, throw it, and actually like me physically go and throw and catch it, not actually like interact with it and shit like that. I would love for like an open world Pokemon game where like you know how the wild area in Sword and Shield, you could see other players and shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like being able to interact with other players, you know what I'm saying? Like an actual living, breathing, like an actual RPG, like an MMORPG fucking Pokemon. And I feel like we're slowly getting there. And like that's why I'm excited for it.
Don't hold your breath because you won't see that game for at least
another 20 years,
20
yeah.
years.
Because I'm like, when I got into Pokemon, I'm like, man, it would be so cool to see like them actually roaming around and shit like that. It took 25 years for us to get that shit, right? But I'm like, man, it'd be so cool if like I can actually run around and see other players actually in the game and like, hey, you and me fight right now, and then we fight right now, like just seamlessly in the game. Like, I'm more excited for what Pokemon can be than the actual game.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like again, when you do put it like that, like yes, it is literally still the same shit.
So yeah, I mean, again, I have to say, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna follow this game, and if it turns out that
That's what I'm actually gonna get, yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I really hope that it's more than just crouching and throwing a Pokeball, and that's the only difference. I really hope that there's more to it aside from the story. Obviously, the story is not 8 gyms and let's go beat the Elite Four or whatever the fuck. It's not that. It's we are establishing the cities in the Sinnoh region. I think is what it is.
The other game that kind of gave me the same vibes of this is that Monster Hunter game, where they're not doing the same thing with Monster Hunter. They're doing like a story like mode type thing. I forgot what's it called. Monster Hunter Stories.
Like Monster Hunter Stories.
Something like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel I'm getting that.
Monster Hunter.
I'm getting that vibe of this. Like instead of doing like you said, instead of doing the whole eight gyms and then becoming the Pokemon Master or whatever, it's like an actual story that you're gonna play through. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting at.
They need to give me a game where I can walk around, and when I battle Pokemon, it's not a turn-based bullshit. It's fucking I get to control my Pokemon and literally beat the shit out of the other Pokemon. That's what I want. I want that. Like Pokemon Token or whatever the tournament game was.
Yeah, you idiot! Just by poking.
Give me that, but in the open world game. Like that's what I want.
See, do this, Alex. Do this, Alex. So
you're gonna say some. I already know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
You're gonna say have one game open, and when you get into the battle, play the other game.
Am I that predictable?
See, I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that.
I was gonna say that exact same thing.
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
Thanks.
You are.
But anyway, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I truly hope I'm wrong. I truly hope that's just me doing that downplaying thing that I do, and that I just missed something. But I couldn't. I saw the trailer twice, and that's all I saw. Still optimistic for it though. But that's that. That was the biggest gaming news this week.
I like him.
Oh, also, for those out there who are in the collecting of Pokemon cards, there's some McDonald's are giving out Pokemon cards at the kids' meals.
I have 3 packs. They're right there. You can see them over my head.
Let me see them. Grab them.
That's the reason. Y'all, something
Okay,
else.
hold on.
I don't have any, John. I just saw them
Wait,
when I was in
I
McDonald's.
will show you after the podcast. I'm not wearing pants, so I'll do.
Are you,
that.
what? Are you wearing shorts?
Go,
No, I'm
go,
wearing
go
joggers.
do it now.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to get up now.
Do it.
No, see, I'm
Can
wearing.
we pod first,
I'm
bitch?
wearing gray sweats, and you have to wear when you wear gray sweats, you gotta have
Trying to
a
see
big
that
dick. And
dangly dick.
it ain't happening.
Just go walk
looks
with
like-
your ass towards
it
the
looks
camera.
like
Can we finish
applesauce.
the podcast first, you maniacs.
It looks like a couple applesauce.
Ooh.
Hot damn.
We're done.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ali, show me your dangly dick.
Okay.
Now
I didn't stop
go there.
recording though. All right, y'all.
Go
Thank you so
there.
much for
Go
listening.
hard.
Hold on. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Play Pod with Action Rafa.
It was a hard one today, boys.
Jesus Christ.
It took so long to get this episode done. All right, y'all.
I don't want to do this no more.
I mean, I quit. We'll
Right.
see you guys. Oh my God, we'll see you guys on Wednesday for Theater Rex.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even started watching that.
Me neither. I'm gonna absolute last second that I need to watch it is when I will
Pretty
watch it.
excited. I'm still excited about it.
No, sir.
I'm already angry about it, but we'll see you guys there. Check out the extremes, links in the description, all that good stuff. We'll see ya there. Bye.
Bye, friends. Don't forget to tip your waitress. Or waiters.
Shut up.